High atop the World Center of Racing as we're down to the final seconds here of practice. Tonight we see something that has never been done before in NR Night in America. An endurance race, but a race like none other. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jonathan Ramos, the voice of NR Night, as we get ready to rock and roll from the high banks of the Daytona International Speedway for the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona. 60 drivers will enter, 3 will go ahead and win as it's a multi-class event, but oh boy, do they have to have their work cut out for them. A couple weeks ago, we teased the idea of having an IMSA-style event with the NASCAR Cup Series, Truck Series, and Xfinity Series, all rolling around. Well, tonight, that will become real as we go ahead and get ready to drop the hammer just one more time. Qualifying is underway. They'll have 10 minutes of all 60 drivers to set down a time. So how exactly is this going to work? Well, if you watch IMSA, if you watch the 24 Hours of Daytona, Petit Le Mans, and all these great endurance races, it's not just one race that's going on track. It's 3, sometimes even 4 races all going on the same racing surface. We thought, you know, we're always a bit asked, will we ever do IMSA? Will we ever do an endurance style event? Well, here it is. But we couldn't just jump into the DPIs, the LMP2s, the GT3s, or so many great IMSA-style races that are out around the United States. We thought, this is a NASCAR crowd. This is a stock car crowd. How do we introduce endurance racing? Well, pretty simple. We introduce a NASCAR-style event where the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, and the Cup Series get ready to rock and roll on the same surface for 2 hours and 40 minutes straight. Well, it caught the internet by storm earlier this week when we came out with the idea, and guess what? We're putting it into practice. A lot of new will be learned as we get ready to go green flag racing. Brand new overlay shown on the left side of your screen, but it's still gonna be the same great NR Night in America action as we get ready to roll. A road course race, yes, but with 60 drivers racing in 3 features, something's gonna go right, something's gonna go wrong, and also there's new rules to talk about that might spice some things up. Let's talk about Cup. Well, we do have 20 drivers, as previously mentioned, getting ready to race in that feature. The Xfinity Series and the Truck Series will be the same way. Now, these are brand new overlays and they're not fully done, so we're only going to show what is on the left side of your screen, the top 8 drivers from each feature. The Cup Series, stacked. Moss Steller, Gavin Austin, River Page, Spencer Burns, Vincent Gucci, Sean Conklin, Andrew Cootie, Gaioso, Rago, Swaggy, Jua, Contreras, Basin Throttle, Mitchum, Matheson, Alt, Pietri, and Mitchell, Xfinity, Carlos Truther is ready to rock and roll with us. Frank DeAngelis, William Schmidt, Alex Anderson, Riker Meyer, and Pravi Richard, Walker, Brower, Robertson, Thornquist, Armstrong, Moriarty, Diallo, Champagne, Baker, Bynes, Miles, Herring, and Hankins. And then you got the trucks, where you have Sanders, McKinney, Kenyon, Goff, Nash, Murphy, Baker, Terzak, Lilly, Hutto, Bomar, McConaughey, Nathan Scott, Matt Deason, Beck, Connell, Matheson, Gudger, Donda, and Justin Connor. We also have 2 on reserve. I believe TCB has made his way in. He'll be racing as well. So the NR drivers you know and love getting ready to rock and roll. You see Jackson Byes rolling around, and some machines have already set down their first time. Andrew Cootie top of the board, and he was able to drop down a 1:44. Jordan Herring will be the first driver in the Xfinity Series to lay down a time. He rolls across that start-finish line. And he actually won't be the first one. William Schmidt, top of the board. Herring 1-5 back. What's different between this road course race and what the NASCAR Cup Series, Truck Series, and Xfinity Series race back in 2020 and 2021? Well, it is that IMSA-style layout, so there is no turn 4 chicane, which means once they come off the backstretch and off 3 and 4, it's flat out, all the way through the tri-oval and to that brace of turn 1. The interlude, so exciting, so treacherous as well, because you're going from wheel-to-wheel action side by side, all the way down to about 50, 60 miles per hour. As you see Jordan Herring working his way to the West Horseshoe. The Horseshoes have been make or break for a lot of these drivers, as most of the drivers that race in our night in America are on the oval side of the iRacing community. But don't look away from the drivers that race in the road course sector that are continuously strong. Look to see Josh Lilly be strong in his Red Bull as he gets ready to rock in the Truck Series. He goes top of the board with McConaughey just 3 on back, but clearly Josh Lilly and Red Bull a favorite to win it in the truck class. Aiden Walker's been strong on the road courses. He's raced road courses in person, including at the Charlotte Roval. Today he rolls around the Xfinity Series class, top of the board. But what about the drivers outside the United States looking to go ahead and make their way known? How about Gaioso driving that number 7 machine? The driver from South America ready to roll, and he's not the only one. Rego will be rolling around trying to go ahead and get it done. River Page, he's now worked his way to the high banks as he gets ready to set down a fast time. Spencer Burns in that 6 machine, he's got it dialed up and rolling his way through the infield part of this track. The twists and turns will come alive under the lights for the first time in our night in America. For what feels like a long time. Mostly we've been doing day races, but we gear up for one thing and one thing only. See this as Speed Weeks, as the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500 is just 2 weeks away from today. Darrington Woodworking, he dreams it up, or you dream it up, and he goes ahead and creates it. One of the best woodworking sculptures on the internet. I'm telling you, go ahead and give Darrington Woodworking a follow, as he is the proud sponsor of this year's Florida 500. He builds custom woodworking projects, big or small. You design it, he builds it. He's located there in southern Utah, but man, the pieces are outstanding. His Instagram is free to look at in public. Go ahead and give him a follow. He's the big reason we have an e-ticket event in February. The Darrington Woodworking Florida 500 will cap off Speed Weeks, the Daytona 2.4, starting it off strong. Spencer Burns rolling his way through. There's Justin Champagne rolling that 56 machine to the high banks there of 1 and 2. Now, Justin's not known for being a road course racer. He's got a lot of things to look out for. Well outside the 48 spot, and he's looking to make his way well known. Here's the big thing. Top 12 drivers off speed alone are those next gens. Aiden Walker sits 13th. Josh Lilly back to 14th. Josh is going to be someone I think that's going to really dominate the truck class. You got to keep an eye out for him. He does have an e-ticket berth in the Florida 500. He'll be running that 97 Red Bull machine as Red Bull looks to get back to their winning ways in NR Night in America. How about Chad Thornquist? Well, he sits second quick in Xfinity, 17th overall on pit road. Happy with what he's got. William Schmidt, he sits third overall in the Xfinity class, 20th all around, and he's got his way coming off corner exit as we get ready to go green. One of the Toyotas ready to fight hard and strong. 60 drivers strong to be exact as we get ready to go green. Carlos Truther, Benjamin Francis, Justin Champagne, River Page ready to go green. Kyle Petrie, right now not the fastest next gen on track with 1:30 left. It is go time as we get ready to go green. Alex Anderson, Hankins, Robertson, and so many others. 60 drivers will take the green flag here tonight from the NASCAR Truck Series, Xfinity Series, and the Cup side for the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona. So what's changed on the rules side, you may go ahead and ask? Well, pretty simple. We're going to start these drivers 10 seconds apart. So the Cup Series will take the green flag, but behind that, the Xfinity Series will roll their way and take the green flag. And behind them, the Truck Series, 10 seconds back, will go ahead and run. Single file restarts if we get a full course caution, and they'll line up single file on the outside lane together. So you could be a truck, Xfinity, and in a stock car and line up nose to tail versus how they start the races in their separate classes. Why are we doing this? Once again, we would love to branch out into this style of racing in the future. Who would love to see a 12-hour Sebring, a Petite Le Mans, and so many other great races in the future with NR Night in America? It starts with the 2.4 hours at Daytona. And once again, in 2 weeks, we have the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. Shot clock comes to a close. Dylan Alt, top of the board. Jake Matheson, Sean Conklin, Facundo Rago down in fourth. And you'll line up the fast forward there for the Cup guys as they'll now line up on the back stretch as we get ready to take the green flag. Vincent Gucci, River Page, line up as we get ready to go green. I'm excited to see what Andrew Cootie can do. Dylan Alt, should we say. First time racing in NR Night in America. You'll start on the front row with Matheson. You can see the manufacturers that have come to life on the left side. It's all Chevrolet on the front row, or should we say the top spot for all three series, as Ford and Toyota has been able to sprinkle in. But if you go back to the trucks, man, it is Chevy heavy from first to seventh. Goff, Bomar, the only Toyota in the Elite Eight. Xfinity got one Ford up in there. That's Vietvu. He's made a lot of headway on the road course side. Looks to do it here on the Cup side. Alt, Matheson, Conklin, Rago, Mosteller, Gaioso, Cootie, and Mitchum line up that Elite Eight as we get ready to go green. Now, we will not take the green flag this time by, ladies and gentlemen, as we'll go ahead and make sure we separate the machines into the right classes. Cup will be with Cup. Once again, Xfinity will be with Xfinity. It's going to be a blast as we get ready to roll. The Porsche pace car has us parked on the backstretch. And once we take that green flag, the clock will start as we get ready to ride from the Daytona International Speedway. Once again, my name is Jonathan Ramos, the voice of NR. Keep it hype in the chat. Want to say a little Sputtermouth gifting 5 memberships twice, should we say. We're so grateful for that one. Bobby giving the $5 super chat saying, here's to the first endurance race in NR history. And this is true. Once again, the first ever endurance race, an inaugural run, maybe in a new future of endurance racing. Will we have any more in the future? It depends on how tonight goes. Well over 400 watching around the world. If you enjoy the action, feel free to like, subscribe with notifications on, because you don't want to miss the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. 43 of NR's best will line up wheel to wheel for 500 miles at the World Center of Racing. That is February 9th. Let's go ahead and say those magical words. God speed. Drivers, you are go for throttle up. And you see the next gens getting into place. Vincent Gucci, Eladom Contreras, Timothy J. Moore will line up the field in his 69 machine. Alt, Matheson lined up, ready to go green. Frank DeAngelis, Pravi Richard, they'll be lined up in the Xfinity Series class. You see them ready to go ahead and take the green flag. There's Joseph Armstrong and Justin Champagne. They'll be towards the tail end of the field when they go ahead and drop the hammer. But ladies and gentlemen, we'll see the one to go this time by. Do we see a first-time winner in NR Night in America? Dylan Alt has never taken the green flag before with us. This could be his first win. Jake Matheson has been strong in the past. I expect the Cup side to be as grueling and aggressive as what it might be in the Xfinity Series class. Can Red Bull finally get back on top when it comes down to the trucks? Jason Dodonna, Josh Lilly, they have lined on up 10 seconds behind the Xfinity Series machines. Aiden Walker will take us to the green flag. Sputtermouth gifting 50 memberships to the viewers watching back at home. And man, he's excited for this night exactly as much as we are. Man, that's got everyone that's at least typed, I believe, once in this chat before we've taken the green flag. But it's going to be exciting as we get ready to roll. They'll get ready to exit the West Horseshoe in just a moment. Thank you so much, Buttermouth, for those gifted memberships. I hope you didn't accidentally want to give out 5 instead of 50. At the end of the day, we are very grateful for that. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to go green. What's going to happen? Well, it's a big learning curve, and a lot of unknowns will come out from what we have. But it's time to light them up. Ladies and gentlemen, to the high banks of NASCAR 1 and 2. Rago, Conklin, Mosteller. 3 drivers will find victory lane after over 2.5 hours of racing. Two by two, the lineup as we get ready to ride. This is the moment you've been waiting for. Alt, Matheson, Conklin, Rago. Now we will be working sunset into night. Originally this was going to be an all-night race. We said, let's have the track conditions change a little bit. Spice some things up. Before we go green, you see the Xfinity Series machines now just coming off NASCAR 2. And the Truck Series working their way to the high banks of NASCAR 1 and 2 as we get ready to light them up just one more time. 2 weeks away from the Florida 500. This is what it all comes down to. What's going to happen after we take the green flag? Who's going to take the win? All will be known in just a couple of hours. A first-time winner, a multi-time winner. Does the drama unfold from the truck side, the Xfinity Series side, the Cup side? A rumor ran rapid a couple years ago about NASCAR trying this one day. We said, let's put it to the test. The Porsche pace car make the hard left on pit road as we go ahead and grab the gear just one more time as we light the fuse in the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona. Clean down through 1 and 2 for the Cup side. Gaioso going wide, getting way out of harm's way. Sean Conklin trying to get back on the gas. It's Dylan Alt that holds on as the Xfinity Series machines roll their way down to 1 and 2. Walker holds a tight wheel. Thornquist on the outside, now wheel to wheel with the machines. TRL Baker making his way through, trying to slice and dice as Josh Lilly goes top of the board. He was able to make something to work as well. First time trying this, Contreras, Mosteller, Dylan Alt. Holding on from his position over Sean Conklin. Matheson to third, Gaioso back there in 6. Now we are seeing a little bit of a bug issue. This should go ahead and stop. Once they do spread out, they very much are. You can see these drivers trying everything they can just to get back into the gas. Conklin rolling his way around the racetrack. Matheson to third. He holds that tight wheel, and at least for now, they're able to go ahead and calm it all down. This will be for that second position as Sean Conklin has worked his way to the high banks. It's all Dylan Alt coming down off corner exit. Battle for second. Matheson looking to the outside of Conklin. Is he able to get it? No, he is not. Mose, Cootie, Gaioso. Lined up, rolling strong. Drew Jua. He's holding on, trying to hold on to what we have and what's going on. Now, we did take the overlays off just for the time being, making sure everything did go ahead and work. We are starting to see a little bit of the effects of trying this idea of racing for the first time. There's Dylan Basin to the inside of that number 7 machine. And I hope we did not just lose the stream. We are changing things up as time has gone on. And our night in America, feeling victories all year long. We are back as we get ready to roll around. Basin, Cootie. So we're going to take this time to go ahead and fix the overlays, fix everything going on. As this is the first time we have tried over 60 drivers rolling around this racetrack. And you can already see the effects, the pressure of keeping these things together. It's tough to put 60 cars on a track and not have any issues. And you are seeing that here tonight. Watching on with Andrew Cootie. High banks of 3 and 4. Left side of your screen, you do see the overlays. Conklin, Matheson, Altmoss, Stellar. That is your fast four. Gaioso, Cootie, Rago, and Page, your lead 8. Oh, Andrew Cootie already right into the back end of the 7. And he was able to make significant contact there with the other machine. We're going to bring it back to me just for the time being. The race is on. I do believe also an issue is because of the lighting in the live stream. So we're going to go ahead and make that quick adjustment quickly so we can go ahead and get things back to the racing ways. And it is clearing up for the most part. Ladies and gentlemen, we do stay green. Cootie rolling around the racetrack. Looking at holding on. That's what this is all going to come down to. Once again, a big learning curve for us as well. The racing still very much is on, as we're just looking to go ahead and edit some things around to make sure we do have what it takes to keep the racing going in the right direction. And our night in America, feeling victories all year long. We believe we may have a fix now as we continue to roll our way around this racetrack. Wait for the cars to go ahead and respawn on the system. Jake Matheson still very much is your race leader. Now we got 2 hours to go ahead and figure it out. That's the big thing. As we continue to roll, this is the Xfinity Series class. Now I'm being told by others to rejoin the session, so we'll miss the first couple of minutes of this race continuing to go on. They're saying the issue is I have not rejoined the session after what just went down. So in a moment, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be backing out here just for the time being, and we're going to go ahead and just step away for a moment, but we are heading back into the session in the meantime. And our night in America, feeling victories all year long. This is mainly because of a system bug. We are loading back in as we speak. So we're going to continue to go ahead and race. We're still racing. They are still racing, but you do see me. 500 watching live. This isn't over. We're still going to see the race, but this has happened in the past before when we go ahead and just bump guys out of races, including with the next gen, where they are saying just leave, join back, it should be fixed, including with the updates that we have put on in. So we're here. We are not done just yet. It's not over. It's a 2.4 hour race. At the end of the day, if this is not fixed, we'll still have a regular enter night through the rest of the night. So we are not done. We are loading on in. Give it the time it needs to go ahead and shuffle out, and we'll be ready to go. This is our commercial break. I have to talk to the viewers back at home. For the ones that don't know, first time of us doing an endurance race. We were worried about something like this happening, but we knew the only way to go ahead and get to where it needs to be is to go ahead and make mistakes, fail a little bit, and then figure out what works, what doesn't. We believe that we have that right now, so we're gonna load back on in. Ladies and gentlemen, you did see a couple things happen. Andrew Cootie got in the back end of Gaioso. where they're still racing on strong. Once we go ahead and reset the entire system, we will be ready to go green. Night not done. Racing not done. Keep that in mind for the ones watching back at home, as we do go ahead and have a quick commercial break after everything that transcribed. They said basically it's possibly an issue with the overlays. We believe we have it now. If we don't have it now, it continues to be an issue. We'll continue to fix it throughout the night, but we are ready to go. If I have to go radio style and just show the amount of time left in the race, we'll go ahead and do that as well and continue to talk about what's going on in every single class as we continue to race. Cool idea. I have to go ahead and execute correctly as well. We are still loading into the Daytona race, so keep that in mind. I want to say thank you to everyone that has supported so far tonight at our Night in America. Feeling victories all year long. We're joining back in. We are not done as we get ready to try this once again. 2 hours, 31 minutes left in the race as we get ready to go back green. From our side. Rolling around the racetrack, and it may be an issue with ATVO from what it's looking like, because the second I took down the overlays, it turned into not being a problem. Keeping this all in mind, we're continuing to roll our way around. Oh. He may have fixed it. I had Discord open. Oops. Training panes loading onto some machines. Overlays loading on as we get ready to try this consistently. No problems there. Still time to load everything back up. Once again, this is an over 2-hour race, so we will continue to see the racing. Let's see how this continues. And we continue to monitor what's going on the racetrack. Gavin Austin was one of the last drivers we saw going around the racetrack. There he is now, rolling around and ready to go ahead and continue the action. And we do have life, or we had life, as we continue to look around. There are some machines on pit road. Miles, the drivers that came on in, Matt Deason. One of the trucks rolling around. Dylan All on the racing surface. He is your race leader, and that's how we're going to be able to keep it. We are back. We are racing from Daytona. 2 hours, 29 minutes left in this race after we had one heck of a 10 minutes that came a really big scare. Sean Conklin second, Daniel Mosteller back to third, Jake Matheson, Rago, River Page back to 6th, Dylan Basin, Gayoso back 8th and 9th. They've lined up. The battle is actually for the lead right now. Conklin to the back end, heading to the East Horseshoe. So a little quick scare, a little quick fix have now shuffled things up. We're going to continue this race in action. The Xfinity Series seemed to be a big issue for some of these guys that are rolling around. Here's Matthew Brower back in that 21st position. He continues high and mighty. So we continue to keep the green flag racing rolling. So we look to get the overlays back up for you all. On and ready. So we are back. We are rolling. Oh, quick scare, but hey, it's never over until it's over. Aiden Walker, the leader of the Xfinity Series class. Second, Chad Thornquist. Third, William Schmidt. They continue to roll around. Baker, Armstrong lined up. That's 8th and 9th. Matthew Brower back to that 21st position. Riker Byram, Ethan Vietvu rolling around. Alex Anderson, that's the battle for position. We're going to see if the overlays work completely without a problem. If so, we're back and we're great. Yes, we are. You can't take us out. Alt, Conklin, Mosteller, and Matheson, your fast four. Rago, River Page, Basin, Gayoso, the Elite 8. Walker back there. He's the leader of the Xfinity Series class. This is now the battle for second. Chad Thornquist into the backstretch bus stop. So a lot has happened since we've last seen things go down. And because of this, there has been some incidents on track. So the admins are debating of throwing a comp yellow. I'm not a fan of comp yellows, but it will go ahead and shuffle this deck completely. Looking how things are, Frank DeAngelis, a lot of damage. He was involved in an incident when there was with Miles and Carlos Truther. So we have had wrecks on the racetrack from our time, taking a little break, dropping back and seeing what was going on. But so far, we've got a race in the next-gen class. Top 3 under 3 seconds. Rago back there to a 6.2 in the Xfinity Series class. It's all Aiden Walker from about a 3.8. But man, Chad Thornquist has really been able to put that pressure. So while we have the time, let's talk about the racing styles that will change from the Cup, Xfinity, and truck side. Pretty simple. In the next gen, it's the closest you're going to get to a GT3 when it comes down to Cup Series racing. The diffuser makes the big difference. A lot of the racing styles will continue to change as well, but I don't think tire wear is going to be the big make or break that you will see in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Pretty simple. It's mainly because of the tire compound. Should we say that lower sidewall on the Cup car, that wider tire, gives it a lot more grip compared to how it is in the Xfinity Series. Usually you see with the Xfinity Series road course racing and NR Night in America, it's all about one thing, ladies and gentlemen, making sure you have what it takes to get back around and save your rubber. Now the truck series, a little bit different story here. Josh Lilly, Aiden McConaughey, 1-2 back, should we say a 2-6 now for both those machines. We look back to 3rd and 4th and 5th, maybe 6th. They're all packed together. Kyle Terzak, 30th on track. He sits 3rd now in the truck series. Terzak, known for being a short track driver, he rolls his way down into NASCAR 1 and 2 with a lot of time left on hand. So at 2 hours and 15 minutes, we'll restack this field due to incidents on track, and we will go ahead and give them the opportunity to race back off into the sunset. For the viewers that look so much forward to racing with us tonight and watching this live, and because of those issues, I do apologize for what did transcribe on track. Once again, a big learning curve for us, a lot of things to learn about, but a lot of things will continue to go on throughout the night. We would love to one day hold a big event on the road course side with an endurance race. We believe this is the gateway to that. Moss Stellar 1-4 back, NASCAR 3 and 4 now. As you got Rago rolling his way around back and forth. Matheson back in 5th. That should be a battle on track. Matheson lined up nose to tail. He has that new dark horse nose pulling to the back end there, Rago. And that should be for the 4th position. You can see them back nose to tail and just thundering their way back to the backstretch bus stop. Jake Matheson, former Coke Series driver, pulls to the back end of the Chevrolet. He's going to make the move at some point. I don't think he's going to really do it here. He's just going to pull it nose to tail and hope for that 5 machine to possibly overdrive himself down into corner entry. Chevy, Ford, Matheson, a little sweep to the inside, really thinking about it. Oh, can't get it there. Mosteller in no man's land. Sean Conklin. He wants that battle for the lead, no doubt about it. He is pulled right to the back end there of all. River Page in 6th. Dylan Basin back to 7th. Gayoso in 8th. Drew Jua in 9th. See Max Swearengin rolling around there in 10th. How about Swaggy? Got his first win in 2024. That happened at Talladega. One of the drivers in the Cup Series field, sitting in 10th. He's outside the Elite 8, but is about 4.5 seconds back from your race leader. How about Drew Jua? Another driver in the Mustang. And we're going to continue to monitor definitely the Cup side, I believe, a little bit more than the Xfinity and the truck side, just because the racing is so strong here. I mean, Aiden Walker's got a foothold over Chad Thornquist and William Schmidt. And right now, Josh Lilly's really setting pace there, McConaughey and Turzak. But we continue to come close to this comp yellow that we will see at 2 hours and 15 minutes left in this race. It's going to really change things up for Sean Conklin. He doesn't have to go out there and pass Dylan All, but it will set the tone saying, hey, you are not the only one here that's going to have a shot at winning. This is an endurance race. We have a lot of racing left to go. Let's keep our head focused here. Chevy Ford top 2. Chevrolet back there with another Chevy in the fast 4. Jake Matheson, no pass there on Rego, back in that 5th position. Chad Thornquist, what's going on with him? I believe he's on the struggle bus, but the Xfinity Series machines, no doubt about it, showing why they may be the best. TCB up to 3rd, working his way down the backstretch bus stop. And Joseph Armstrong's made up a lot of time too. Joe, 5th place in the Xfinity Series class. Really shuffling things out. He sits 20th overall, but the overall doesn't really matter. It's just about what you've got and how you're going to work with it. And you see those machines are also struggling without there being a front stretch chicane. Armstrong going wide. Trying to find his way around Spencer Burns. There's Burns now, 14th overall. Not the best night so far in the next-gen class. And already getting eaten up here by the Xfinity Series machines. Oh, Mazel looking for a way around. Baker to the outside. Trying to hold on to what he believes is right for him. How about Kyle Turzak and Joseph Goff? Nose to tail. That will be the battle for the 3rd position in the truck class. McConaughey, 5 seconds back to Josh Lilly. It's a Red Bull daydream as they have come to play, no doubt about it. They've just been on a roll right now. I mean, Josh Lilly's just out there just laying on him. Conklin back into the infield road course. 4-7 back. Here's to Dylan All. 5 minutes till the comp yellow. Conklin really made up a lot of time and holding on to what he's got, but he hasn't been able to really make the overtake there on Dylan All the way he wants to. Now, we know Sean Conklin's a very tough driver, very fast driver. The only thing is, it comes down to the mistakes, and we've seen a lot of NR9 American drivers, once we go road course racing, make mistakes consistently. That's why we always have the great racing you know and love. Well, tonight, you got a lot of road course guys in there, including a couple guys from Argentina. Rego Gayoso. Gayoso went fastest in practice the last 2 nights. He was absolutely on rails. And you see those brake rotors glowing up as Drew Chew a big lockup in the West Horseshoe. Trying to make up time on him. Well, Gayoso definitely needs that comp yellow in the next 4 minutes to go ahead and make the adjustments he believes will definitely fit his machine best. Matheson, Mosteller. Conklin and Allin, or should we say All? Conklin and All. Racing for position. Now 5-6 back, I mean, including here in an endurance race. I mean, they're going to be coming up to 15 minutes since 30. So 25 minutes racing, and they're still really tightly packed nose to tail. And Thornquist has not been able to get away from Joseph Armstrong. The Xfinity class continues to be nose-to-tail action as they work the infield part of this racetrack. Chad Thornquist, he sits 2nd. Aiden Walker sits 3rd. Joe, the lunge to the bottom. Baker lined up nose-to-tail. Oh, a move wheel to wheel. Three wide, they're just all over each other. Through goes Baker. And to the outside goes Joseph Armstrong as Chad Thornquist continues to struggle on the oval part of this racetrack. 2 Toyotas and a Chevrolet TCB, top of the board, but for how long? Joe is there, down the backstretch bus stop. Easy in, easy out, trouble from your leader in the truck class. Josh Lilly goes around and into the infield grass. This allows Aiden McConaughey to close on in. McConaughey takes the lead through NASCAR 3 and 4. Wow. And Baker goes P2. When was the last time you seen TCB went on a road course in NR Night in America? How about never? And tonight could be his welcome charm if he can just take away from Aiden Walker. And he's saying 3 minutes and I'm going to be stacked back together with this guy. Oh, this is going to get exciting as Red Bull drops to second. Joey Beck is actually close on him with Kyle Turzak to the inside of the 51. The old switcheroo heading down into 1 and 2. And Kyle Turzak will easily take that third position. Nathan Scott lines up there in 5th in the truck class. Not the best start he's wanted, but it's an area where he's very confident that he could have race-winning pace. And the thing about a long race like this, you never know what's going to change. Josh Lilly, right front damage there on his Red Bull. He's behind the Riker Byram machine in the 98. Byram sits 5th in the Xfinity class. Josh Lilly sits 2nd. And you're going to see this right here, how quick this 97 is. He can go toe-to-toe with the Xfinity Series machine and pull alongside wheel to wheel. Lilly has that right side all hanging out, and he'll find his way around Riker Byram. Now you may be saying, why is this so important? Well, when we get the restart, they will line up single file. And they're not going to be categorized by class. They'll be categorized by where they're running overall. Overall, Josh Lilly's 23rd, Aiden McConaughey's 21st. If he finds a way around Byron before the comp yellow, which means he has a minute and change to get around the Riker Byron machine, the truck class will have a battle for the lead right on the restart. Here's Baker in 17th. He's got Joseph Armstrong and Chad Thornquist. Now, there is a problem with the Xfinity Series machines. They are revving out, should we say chipping, around the start-finish line. We found that to be a problem very early on. Here comes Conklin to the back end of Dylan All. Battle for the lead. This is big time right here. This is where the big boys come in and play. 9 back, 30 seconds left. What can he do to make the move? It won't go down to the last scoring loop, but he's got to make the move quick. Mustang to the bottom. Alt to the outside. The brace for turn 1. Man, he drove wide on the right side. Dylan All holds on for now. No issues from what it looks like. And he will hold on to that position. Conklin will be second. Aiden Walker will hold on to the Xfinity Series lead. And for the first time tonight, we'll be under a full course yellow in the NASCAR Daytona 2.4. This has already been a nerve-wracking stream. I'll point that out. Man, oh man. Aiden McConaughey and Josh Lilly, they will be lined up nose to tail. Matthew Brower, Riker Byram will be behind those Truck Series machines. Kyle Turzak will be 3rd. Joey Beck will be 4th. Now, it is a lot darker at this racetrack right now because we had to turn the exposure down to allow all 60 drivers to be drawn on the racetrack. And as you guys know, when you race the 2.4, the lights are a lot different than how it would be when the NASCAR Cup machines are rolling around. Now, I'd be saying, why is that? Well, usually they have lights on and they can brighten their way around the circuit. Well, for the ones that are new to watching NR Night in America or stock car racing, no, we do not have lights on our stock cars. They're very much decals. So it may get a little tough for machines to see out there, but once they come to pit road, they can manually turn up the brightness in the sim. And once we get to complete darkness, and I'm very confident that our system will not crash again, we too will turn up the brightness. Will come to me that's sitting high atop on the booth. And this has been fantastic. So for the 500 that have stuck around with us, that got through all the blinking troubles, thank you for sticking around with us. We stayed calm, the team stayed calm, they saw the problem at hand, and we all worked hard to get it where it needs to be. So the 2.4 hours of Daytona continues the way it is. They'll continue to try to find that Porsche pace car. Now the lap machines are allowed to go around and get their laps back. As you can see, Joey Beck doing just that. There's the Porsche pace car, and it will go ahead and pick up the machine that will be Dylan All. Well, the butterflies have all gone night-night as we get ready to continue to run our way around this track. So let's go ahead and walk you through which is what. All Conklin, Moss Stellar, that's your top three. There on the truck side, Aiden Walker will have TCB. On the Xfinity side with Joseph Armstrong, Chad Thornquist will be in the fast forward. That one, Matthew Brower back to fifth. Now the Xfinity class has gone tight racing up front, but they're scattered like crazy around this racetrack from about fifth on back. I expect a lot of great things out of Vietvu, but as you guys know, we did have an incident on track warranting a yellow. That is why we've had this comp yellow. When we blinked out, we went to a different server. We had to make sure things were good and they're working correctly. So, what did we go ahead and do? Pretty simple. We changed some things around and we're ready to roll, but we did miss that wreck there with Frank DeAngelis, who is currently sitting on pit road, if we're not mistaken. There's Benjamin Francis Miles. He sits 14th in the Xfinity Series class, and we can guarantee right now Andrew Cootie, Alexander Balderas, Frank DeAngelis, Justin Champagne, Cooper Nash, Jordan Herring, Carlos Truther, Aiden Robertson, and already Eladon Contreras out of the race due to incidents on the track. Well, this has been a very, very exciting night. What can Sean Conklin do? What can Moss Stellar do? Now, originally we were going to do the mid-race interviews, but due to the worry of the system, we will not be doing any mid-race interviews during this 2.4 hours. We are looking at brightening up the racetrack so you all can see very well under this caution lane. So we're going to do that exactly right now. Welcome to me. Welcome back to me, should we say, as they are rolling around the racetrack still. And our night in America feeling victories all year long. We're looking at checking on the system once again, and that will only come from just brightening it up as we get ready to continue to roll our way back around. So 2 hours left, 10 minutes as we continue to roll, and we are very excited to have you all with us as the green flag racing does continue on masterfully well into the night, and they will not allow us to turn that system on. It looks like very unfortunate that with us trying to go ahead and update the system completely. They're under pacing. We're just doing a quick system check. This is nothing to worry about, which means we'll also back out of this session once again to make sure things are working well. Oh, we will not need to do that, it looks like, or maybe we will. We'll continue to monitor things, but we're glad you all are still with us. Once again, a big learning curve, and it will continue to be a massive learning curve as this night rolls on. So they're not allowing us to brighten up the system. The system has to stay as is for worries of an overshoot or an overdraw, should we say. So because I went ahead and tried to change some things up, we're forced to have the same system no matter what. I'll back out of the session quickly. We'll head back in and we'll be there before the green flag starts again. That means you get to see my face. Now, there's no guarantee we'll have a race 2 here tonight, but with how the systems have gone down and all the stuff that's been going on, we may be having a bonus race tonight, ladies and gentlemen. So keep those likes coming. Be loud and proud in that live chat. We are under the caution currently here for the Daytona 2.4. And we're so glad to have you all with us. Want to say thank you to Sputtermouth, dropping the 5, saying, John, show the battle part of the overlay. We'll continue to show that throughout the night. That is not going anywhere as we continue to go green. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Carlos Truther, Francis Miles, Aiden Walker, and so many others are lining up once again as we get ready to go green. So you're back just watching my face for the time being. Get the popcorn, go to the bathroom, do what you have to do, because we'll be restarting single file and getting ready to go back under the green flag conditions. 60 drivers took the green flag. As you all know, we are down definitely into the 50s that are left racing. The best part is the great racing action doesn't look to be going anywhere, but we do have a lot of time left, as it is currently 8:49 in Daytona Beach, 7:49 Central for our studios in Nashville, Tennessee. The racing is intense. It's exciting. It's insane, as Chad Thornquist has just said. We're just making sure that we do have the system where it needs to be, so you, the viewers back at home, can enjoy it no matter what happens during it. As you guys know, a lot going on. We're putting the PC to the max here tonight, and I'm excited for it. It has been very, very exciting all the way around. As the lights will come off the pace car next time by. That's what we're hearing. Next time by, the lights will come off, and we will be back. Green flag racing. So you will see a quick blink here in a moment, but that doesn't mean we're done. That's just us moving from one system to the next, and we are good to go, just like nothing has ever happened. We're proud, we're excited, we're ready to see what goes on. Jake Matheson, your race leader, ladies and gentlemen. He lines up the first driver coming out of pit road. It's going to be dark in the sim. That's okay, because we're ready to go green. The one to go will come out this time by. And we are rocking and rolling. Ford, Chevrolet, Ford, Toyota. That's the Fast Four. Dylan Basin. I haven't talked about him much all night, but he is lined up and ready to get at it here in the next gen class. Xfinity Series lined up. There's Aiden Walker and other trucks now going around to get their laps back. They were involved in the previous incident. And we have the one to go, which means it's time to bring the action. Now here's the big part. You're not guaranteed another comp yellow. We're not having any more comp yellows. We're going green all the way through if we have to. Ladies and gentlemen, the lights shine bright in Daytona as the night is rolled in. 2 hours and 6 minutes left of the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona. Shout out to our crew. Shout out to the viewers watching back at home. Sticking around with us. Who do you think's gonna win? You know, I have not asked that question yet. The first question we asked down there was, hey, which one are you most excited to watch instead of Cup and Xfinity? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the big question here. Matheson, Alt, Conklin, and Basins, your Fast Four. Who wins the Cup race? Because clearly right now that has been just the tightest battles on track. What about the Xfinity Series? We won't have a poll for that one. But we will go ahead and take a look at them. Who do you think is going to win? Aiden Walker, TCB? And the drivers have asked to actually line up single file in their own class. For safety reasons, we have approved that, and that's how they're going to run. Joseph Armstrong back there in third. I have my money on Joe. I have my money on Joe. He is right now number one in the Power 5. He has locked himself in. No matter what happens tonight, he is locked in to the Power 5 championship. I have to put my money here on Gaioso. I'm telling you, I think Gaioso's got something up his sleeve. Remember, he was involved in the Andrew Cootie incident a little bit earlier in this race. He's lined up, he's not done, and he wants a shot at going to victory lane. How about the trucks? Aiden McConaughey will take the green flag, but Josh Lilly starts P7. They're saying no. It should be him starting fifth as the overlays look to update. Decent McKinney did go around with some issues on that. But Josh Lilly starts fifth, so all my money there on the Red Bull. Just a little over 2 hours left. Relax Yellow's back on as we get ready to ride. Multi-class racing, the Daytona 2.4 hours. Crowd on their feet. Can Dylan Alt hold off the hard-charging machines from behind of Sean Conklin, Dylan Basin, and River Page? Pace car, the hard left onto pit road. Let's ride one more time back green from Daytona. River Page already looking for a way around top, bottom, middle. All giving room to Conklin, down to the inside, down into turn one, no issue there. They hold strong. Here's Aiden Walker. Here's Baker. TCB with the lunge to turn one. He's got a wheel-to-wheel. Baker, top of the board in the Xfinity Series class. Aiden Walker wants a shot to get around. Not going to work. Kyle Turzak and company. They're alongside wheel-to-wheel. To the outside, Joey Beck. Can't pull alongside and hold on to it. Inside move. That's a look there at McConaughey. No one able to sneak on through. Kyle Turzak, top of the board, as all three classes work on forward. Let's watch up front. All Conklin, Basin, and Mosteller, fast four. 2 seconds the difference there in the Cup Series class. Oh, it's going to be tough to go ahead and beat. Conklin knows that. He's going to play his cards right. Baker may be under fire. Here's Walker. Armstrong, Thornquist looking to the outside on the Xfinity Series class. Walker's got it nose to tail. We got one spitting. Mazel to the inside. Will group up with these Xfinity Series machines. Kyle Turzak gets away, but McConaughey's under fire. McConaughey and back. Third and fourth. Don't look now, but Josh Lilly sitting, holding. Lilly to the inside. Oh, not really able to make that one work. But he sits in that fourth position. Mosteller, Basin, Conklin, all chasing Dylan Holt to turn one. To the East Horseshoe. Now, one thing I want to point out here, Sean Conklin's a great road course racer. And we all know Dylan Holt obviously is. He's up there running. But Conklin is shown to be really good at certain parts of this racetrack that Dylan Holt really isn't. Well, what parts of that is that? I would say the bus stop, because I've seen Conklin now make up a ton of time at the bus stop, including heading into the West Horseshoe. Keep an eye on that. You can see how much time he just pulls in. About a car length and a half, right to the back end. TCB takes the lead. The last time he's won on anything but a super speedway, you got to look back to 2022, I believe. And on a road course, he's never gotten it done. But Aiden Walker is there, and he is pulled right to the back end of the Bass Pro Shop 25. Petrie. Oh, under fire heavily by these Xfinity Series machines. Here's Thornquist to the outside as Joe looks downstairs as the battle for position's on for third. Oh, slight contact. Lined up, back nose to tail. Thornquist and Joe, they've ran into each other in the times before. The last thing you want to see is in an endurance race, these two really get into it. Joe's going to yield for now with Vietvu right to the back end of that 22. Petrie in the bus stop, out of the bus stop, no problem, but swarmed by Xfinity Series machines. Not running the way it wants to. How about we look back to Josh Lilly, who has dropped off a cliff. Now 8th there in the Truck Series, running a lot of damage on the right side of the Red Bull, and he just has not been able to stay out of harm's way. He's towards the back end there of Connor Murphy, but oh boy, he needs to catch a break quickly. Was the fastest truck in all of practice heading into Speed Week, but right now it's all Kyle Turzak that leads the way for the trucks. Aiden McConaughey and Joey Beck. We'll continue to watch on, but I really want to watch this Xfinity Series battle. Conklin's 6th back. You got to keep that in mind, him to all. But that's really been the bubble. He hasn't been able to break through that 5 barrier, maybe that 4 barrier recently. And continue to watch on here with Baker. You know Baker's not the fastest driver on track here tonight with the Xfinity class. It's all Aiden Walker and Chad Thornquist and Joseph Armstrong. That's really been the big three. So for Baker, he's thinking, hey, this is the big three in me here. No one had me winning here tonight. Let's go out there and lead some laps. Vietvu, another big dark horse to try to get it done here. Matthew Brower, he sits there in that 6th position. William Schmidt back to 7th. Alex Anderson to 8th. Last time Anderson raced in NR night, it was the Super Formula race at Watkins Glen, where things got very controversial in the closing laps. Well, smooth and calm here so far into the top 8. He's shown on the leaderboard, and that's what he believes counts for him. Top 2 have really pulled on away as it's all single filed out. Mosteller sits 4th. Rego back there in 5th. Page in 6th. Gayoso back to 7th. He's under file for Michael Mitchell. Mitchum to the outside. Does he get the shot here? I think Gayoso is going to shut the door clean off. Mitchum still contesting top side. You don't want to be on the outside, heading to turn 1. And he's going to meet his demise into the grass, as that rookie will easily see a problem there. Sean Conklin battle for the lead. To the outside of Dylan Alt. He had position on him, but he's just letting Alt know, hey, I'm not going anywhere. All this hype, all this excitement. With the 2.4 hours at Daytona, well, it also just means 2 weeks for the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. Feel free to go ahead and follow Darrington Woodworking on Instagram, ladies and gentlemen. We'd love to get him to 1,000 followers before we drop the green flag for his event, as he is the reason we have an e-ticket event in February. Once again, the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500, live February 9th at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. You may be asking, what's Darrington Woodworking? Well, guess what? He builds custom woodworking projects, big or small. You design it, he builds it. You're looking to go ahead and get excited, maybe make that nice wooden piece you've always wanted, furniture. Well, guess what? Darrington Woodworking, the man to talk to. Small business owner located in Utah. I'm telling you, go ahead and give him a follow. He makes some of the best pieces. You can see it on his Instagram. And feel free to check him out. And get ready for the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. Sean Conklin, he's there. He's played with his food now multiple times, but hasn't really been able to make that strike that he wants to. Back to turn 1, Dylan Alt slides the rear end, goes wide, leaves daylight open for Sean Conklin, but then the twists and turns and into the East Horseshoe, it keeps Conklin really at harm's way. Here he comes, look to the bottom, Alt locks up wide. Conklin goes through on the inside, and a new race leader in the Cup machines. Sean Conklin top of the board with an hour 55 left on the clock. And the good times don't stop rolling there. You can see Dylan Alt fighting back to the back end of the West Horseshoe. Can he get it? No, he cannot. Sean Conklin will secure the lead. Aiden Walker wants the top spot back in the Xfinity class. He pulls to the back end of TCB, headed to the West Horseshoe. Goes wide, nearly hit the back end of the 25. I think he wants to do a little bit of a switchback move, but it's not going to work. Walker holds on to position. Battle for the leads. It's not done yet. Aiden McConaughey is there on Kyle Turzak. Turzak and the truck's under fire. He's tried everything. You see just how much that truck's just upset getting back on the banking. It's really made for some enjoyable racing. How about Joey Beck, who's never won an NR Night in America race? He has an opportunity to get his first, but for Sean Conklin and the boys back home with the Ford camp thinking, this is what we need. We just don't need another caution. So let's hope everyone in every class keeps it nice and straight. Here's the battle for the lead. This is in the Xfinity Series class. Down into turn 1, Baker. Well, really just holding on to it. Try to make something work there. I mean, Walker can find his way around, but if you know anything about TCB, he's a driver that loves to just keep that rear end parked on your nose. It's going to be so tough to find your way around that 25 here tonight. And he is just giving it his all, no matter what. How about the battle for third? Joseph Armstrong found his way through, has Chad Thornquist and Vietvu right on the tail, has Matthew Brower watching on there with William Schmidt. But Baker is under fire, and he's going to lose the lead. Walker to the outside. Baker downstairs. Can he hold on to it? Entering NASCAR 1 this time by. Walker goes wide. Getting ready to climb the baking. Who gets back to the gas? First, it's the 25 on the inside lane, and they're wheel to wheel on the Xfinity Series side. With an hour 52 left, battle for the top of the board. Something happened to Kyle Turzak. He was off the racetrack and has dropped back to that third position. You see a little bit of damage on the side of that machine. Battling into the bus stop. Baker holds on to Walker. Still not allowing that 93 to find a way through. And the good racing still doesn't stop there. Dylan All fighting for the lead, entering the East Horseshoe, and he looks to the inside. There is Sean Conklin. Conklin's going to open that door up for him. Baker holds on to the lead. We don't know for how long, but he has just been inching to find his way back to victory lane. Conklin inching to hold on to this lead. The brake rotor's glowing hot. Dylan Hall bumped to the back end of the 54. Still no shuffle. No change. New leader in the trucks. It's Aiden McConaughey. Baker works his way to the East Horseshoe, still the race leader. But man, it's just fight city out here tonight, as no one seems to be having just an easy time around this road course. Battle for the Cup side. Battle for the Xfinity side. We're getting ready to talk about the battle for trucks as Joey Beck has closed on into the back end of Aiden McConaughey. Dylan All, 4 back now to Sean Conklin as they work their way down the backstretch bus stop. Sean Conklin didn't get that run off into NASCAR 3 that he wanted to. Look at just the speed Alt's going to get down to the inside. Fight for position. We'll have daylight to the outside. Doesn't take it. Sean Conklin will hold on to the lead. TCB. And he's been able to hold off Walker so much. And now Walker's actually losing time. Spencer Burns, Timothy J. Moore. This is the battle for 11th in the Cup Series class. Deason, one of the trucks, first one to go a lap down. Dylan All can actually capitalize on that because Conklin couldn't even make corner entry to the East Horseshoe. 4 back. Maybe a 4-3 to a 4-2. He's really closing on in. But right now for the Cup side, they have mostly calmed on out from third on back. Walker now back to the rear end there at TCB. The Cup side looks strong. Walker 3 back. Beck 7 back on the trucks. We watch down into turn 1. Baker leaves a lot of daylight. Walker looking to the inside. Now the switchback, trying to find his way to the horseshoe. Inside, I think Baker's going to go for that squeeze. Now he tried it, but it's going to be Aiden Walker pulling alongside. TCB finding the good fight. Brace into the West Horseshoe. I'm telling you, man, that 93 is just so good through center. But this is where he's been beat all night. If Walker can clear Baker here, he will easily have the drive through NASCAR 1 and 2. Uses the muscle, and Baker shunts that 93 out of the way. What a move as TCB holds on to the lead in the Xfinity Series class. Now what do you do if you're the 93? So I'm Walker, I'm saying, oh, that's how we're going to race? With an hour 49 left on the clock? Fight to the bus stop around the outside. Looking, searching. TCB clears again, and the battle of Baker continues to NASCAR 3 and 4. What a ride. Dylan All, Sean Conklin. This isn't over. They continue to fight their way out. We soon have to watch Joey Beck because he's closed in on McConaughey. That's the fight for the trucks. With Josh Lilly 10 seconds and change back. 1 hour, 48 minutes left to go as they head through NASCAR 1 and 2. Dylan Alt wants it, and he wants it clearly right now. Ford, Chevrolet, the fight to NASCAR 1 and 2. Alt can't get him here. Sean Conklin continues to be that great wall as there's nowhere for the Alt machine to look. Down the backstretch. Into the bus stop, easy in, easy out. Sean Conklin, we talked about this is where he's usually at his best, maybe his prime, but Alt really makes up time there. Baker's under fire again. Now from the Aiden Walker machine that sits in second. Joseph Armstrong, Chad Thornquist, that's still the battle for third. There's a lap machine in between that, that's Eladon Contreras. What's up with the trucks? McConaughey, Joey Beck. This is now the battle for the top spot there. Every single class will soon have a dogfight for position. I don't think there's enough camera angles to keep up with the great race in action. And that's why I have to laugh, because so many came in thinking, oh, I don't know if the racing's going to be that great. This is a bold idea. We don't even know if the system can take the great movement. And early on, the system didn't take it, but it's taking it now as they work their way back to NASCAR 3 and 4. Alt 2 back. 1 back. Going for the lead to the inside of Conklin. You gotta watch because there's Aiden Walker as well. To the outside of Baker. Battle for the Xfinity Series. Walker to the outside, pulls alongside the 25 machine. Can he squeeze him? He does, but Baker muscles him wide. He holds on to the lead once again. What happened in the truck series? Joey Beck has jumped off a cliff. A big mistake from what we're hearing in the backstretch. Bus stop puts him 2 seconds back. Dylan Alt, 4 back. Still looking for a move, but not gonna get it. Here's still the battle for the lead with about an hour and 46 minutes left to go. Aiden Walker thought it was gonna be a joyride. Clearly has not been that, but look who's waiting in the wake. Joseph Armstrong in that third position. Oh, he's got the bumper to him multiple times. Eladon Contreras looking for a move. Dylan Alt again, couldn't get it. Was 1 back at the start-finish line in an early break versus Sean Conklin, forcing the 54 to tear those tires up. Now we know tire saving will be more of a factor in the Xfinity Series side than it will be on the Cup side. Well, how about this? Aiden Walker, new race leader, working his way down the backstretch and in the bus stop. Here comes Baker, back to the inside. Fight for position, slides the tires wide. Walker into the grass, Baker into the grass, opens the door for Armstrong, who sneaks by the 25 around the outside lane, and Joseph Armstrong runs catbird. Here's Walker, he's your race leader now, but can Joe have the fight come for the lead? He's looking for it as Baker goes from first to third. Now it's Toyota trying to give it all to Chevrolet. Max Steinmeier, $10 super chat. So grateful for that. Same presentation on point. Yes, it is. Walker shunting out of the way. Joseph Armstrong uses the muscle and brings it wheel to wheel, heading to the East Horseshoe. Now that 93's been pushed around a lot tonight. Is it enough to be worried if you're that 22? He's going to give the spot back, and the racing etiquette continues out of the Joseph Armstrong camp. But guess what? A layover here doesn't mean he's going to just lay over all night. He wants the spot, and he wants it now. Walker to the bottom. Joe to the outside. A switchback move, maybe trying to go ahead and get something to work. It will not work. Aiden Walker locks in that position. William Schmidt in fourth. Matthew Brower in fifth. We've not been talking about the trucks, and that's mainly because Aiden McConaughey is now in his own zip code, but Josh Lilly has been making up time when it comes down to saving the tires. At one point, 10 seconds back, now a 9-2. And for what feels like maybe the first time tonight, we can take a breather. How about not? Because Joe is now half a second from the race lead. So is Dylan Alt, who sits in that second position. tire strategies. It's going to happen at some point, including if we go green all the way through. Conklin to the bottom. Alt to the outside, not his best move through the West Horseshoe, and he's able to hold on to it. Armstrong for the difference. Sits second, 4 back. So now's the time to take the breather, and I got to ask you all down the chat below, what do you think of the great race in action? Now, there is no real opening for when things go. From what we're looking at, this is possibly looking like a 30-lap stint from what they're telling me. Now, I know they haven't done 30 laps. They've definitely raced a whole lot on this section so far. Walker going wide. Definitely have raced 30 laps in total, it feels like. Or maybe even more. And yes, they are. They have done an equivalent of 30 laps so far in this race. So they're about 15 in. I believe they can go maybe about 5-10 more laps so we start seeing them coming to pit road. Braden Walker, you're thinking, okay, let's get the pit road, let's play the strategy. We could win this race up on the strategy point. Off speed, it's still definitely up for discussion for Dylan Alt. He just had Sean Conklin beat earlier in this race, but man, it has changed quickly. Some machines have come down pit road. Matt Neeson at some point worked his way in. There's Devins Baker rolling around. He sits 1 lap down as of this moment. Nathan Scott in that 60 truck. He's 9th in the truck series standings right now, with James Bomar sitting in 8th. 1 off on the racetrack. That might have been Petrie. The 77. That has not been able to get it done all night long. Jaden Mizell, a late entry into this race. And he goes wide. Whoa, back there, Mosteller. Going wheel to wheel with Connor Murphy. And you just see how quick these next gens are compared to the trucks. Watch that 5 machine. I believe that's Rago. Rago look bottom, look top. And the speed difference clearly is just astonishing versus both of those machines. How's Dylan Mason doing? Well, 8 seconds back to your race leader. Well, he's just focused on getting back in the rhythm. He's very much has. He's made up a lot of time. Forces Mizell wide. Mizell finds his way back in the grass once again. Dylan Alt. 1-1 the change back. Joseph Armstrong has dropped off significantly compared to Aiden Walker. But I believe it's now tire saving time. This is the point in the race where you start thinking about strategy. Now, here's the big question. Yes, this is an NR night in America, but that doesn't mean we're going to get another caution. So we ask you, the viewers down the chat below, will we see another caution in this race? Or will we go the full hour and 40 minutes green without any issues? Alt in second. Basin in third. Mosteller back to 4th. Rago, Page, Swearigan, Gavin Austin has worked his way up. These trucks have to get out of the way for the next gen. Same with the Xfinity Series cars. They're just so much quicker. We found out they're about 2, 3, maybe 4 seconds quicker than any other machine. So the Cup car definitely a big advantage compared to all the other series. And you see Riker Byron just ice skating out there, struggling to hold on to his machine. Aiden Walker. That lead now over Joseph Armstrong, but Joe will be under fire. Here comes TCB in the battle for second. Looks to the inside, wheel to wheel. Joe goes wide and goes way onto the gray and into the grass. Terrell Baker runs back Catbird once again here in Daytona. I think he gave Joe enough room. I just don't think Joe is expecting that big of a lunge. And we continue to see turn 1 be the real make or break for the Xfinity and truck guys. If you ever wonder why they added that front stretch chicane, you can really watch this race. You're braking around that start-finish line, including with the tires wearing. It gets really difficult to hold on to your car. But Joe, a costly mistake will force him on back. Look who's worked in the second. Josh Lilly has made his way on in. And the real question now is, what's happened to Kyle Turzak? Well, he's on pit road. Kyle Turzak's in, Connor Murphy. No trouble there. We're really looking for that Joey Beck machine, but the Red Bull that led early on the truck side has a lot of time to make up. 9-4 back to Aiden McConaughey. And a big restart here would definitely stack these trucks back together. I would love to see McConaughey, Josh Lilly battle, just because they're two big underdogs on the road course side to begin with. So that's why we put them in a truck series position. We know Josh Lilly can go out there and possibly go toe-to-toe with the Cup and the Xfinity boys. And I'm telling you right now, if this race continues on, it's going to come down to strategy and precision in that third class on the bottom of your screen. Keep an eye on it. It's not over whatsoever. Dylan Alt, right now the closest to a battle of position out of any of the three classes. He rolls around down on the inside lane. Mason in third, 9-6 back. Mosteller, 12 seconds back. And they have all reached in their own area where it's going to come down to just the consistency. Here's Walker, here's TCB. How about that one? Baker has closed the gap to the Aiden Walker machine. That battle is not done whatsoever. Could we see Baker close on into Walker and fight for position? Walker's under fire. A blinking Contreras on the outside lane. Internet issues have definitely been an issue for drivers tonight. You thought we were the only ones with some type of maintenance problems? Well, we also found out a lot of drivers who are experiencing overloading issues because guess what? For a lot of them, this is their first endurance race. So they have to change their iRacing settings up to take 60 drivers going wheel to wheel. Here comes all to the inside of Conklin, battle for the lead. With an hour and a half left in play. Up through the gears to NASCAR 1 and 2. The Rolex 24 does start tomorrow. This is a great precursor to that event. But man, oh man, has it been exciting so far tonight. All 2 seconds back. Conklin glows up the rotors. The bus stop, 2 machines in front of him. Lilly 10 seconds back to McConaughey, can't make it work. Daytona 16 back. Battle for 4th. We believe that's Justin Connor here in the Truck Series. Connor to the outside, Josh Kenyon. They put Tobias Matheson in that realm as well. It's definitely not over for those drivers ready to go ahead and shuffle the pack up. Dylan Alt, half a second back. Josh Lilly, the driver, in second. About to find his way another lap down in all. But in his class, he is on the lead lap. Conklin to the bottom of Josh Lilly. Alt can take the advantage. Oh, locked up that right front. Thought he would be able to go ahead and make something work with it. Finds his way through. You see the carousel. You also see the Ferris wheel out in the distance, where the virtual fans can enjoy the race in action. Another lockup by Alt. That's been his big takeaway here tonight. I think he's been throwing a lot of that time away in the West Horseshoe. That left front has just been eaten out alive. And I'm telling you, pit road couldn't come quick enough for that machine. He's closed in on Conklin, no doubt about it, but he's got to minimize the mistakes quickly. Josh Lilly under 10 seconds. That's going to be, at some point tonight, the battle for the lead in the truck side. Baker makes up time there on Aiden Walker. 4-2, 4-3, really that same love boat that they've been, but Joseph Armstrong has the new challenger. How about William Schmidt? Schmidt 8 seconds back to your race leader. The right to the back end there, Joe. You know what's great about this racing? It gives you time to look at the live chat, hear what you all have to say. And I gotta say, it has been absolutely an amazing night of racing. This community event that we continue to go ahead and see. We continue to race along with. Battle for the lead again. Conklin, all get ready to go at it. But this is just an absolutely exciting night. Started out rough, as you all know, but you stuck with it. We all stuck with it. And the reason why we are trying this style of racing is because of you all. You said, let's continue to try the new racing styles. Let's try something new that no one has ever done before. You're watching it right now. NR Night in America would not be anywhere if it wasn't for the viewers, and we can't wait for you guys to show out in the next e-ticket event, the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. Thank you all so much for following Darrington Woodworking. They're on Instagram. He's closing in on 1,000 Instagram followers. Conklin's got to watch out. Looks top side, looks bottom, goes all. Can't find his way through again. Oh, he's got him right here. He's right on his tail. Through NASCAR 1 and 2. The precision you need, the mental stability you need to run an endurance race is unreal. One caution so far. Conklin, well, he went low to defend on all, but now he's got to worry about everyone else. The locked traffic in front of him, the Xfinity Series machines. Matthew Brower, the leader of the Truck Series. Aiden McConaughey to the inside. All goes wide. Conklin to the bottom. They split Matthew Brower as they continue to fight for the lead. Conklin to the outside of McConaughey. Alt on the outside. The traffic jam continues. Back to the start-finish line as green flag cycle starts now, should we say, but Alt's all over Conklin. Pit road, it's wide open. He saw McConaughey make his way down in. Alt goes wide, way wide, and pulls right to the back end of the 54. McConaughey will lose the lead. He's on pit road now. Forks over to Josh Lilly in the Red Bull. The battle continues in the next gens. And to find their way around Spencer Burns. Burns holding on. Looking, peeking. He goes into the grass and will park it in front of the fellow Mustang. All around the outside. Wants to find a way through. Does he get it this time? He doesn't. Burns will not allow Sean Conklin to get through. Sweeps to the bottom. Looking to get into NASCAR 1 and 2. Burns shuts the door again. Conklin puts the foot back in it and tries to open it up. But the battle for the top spot still doesn't go anywhere. Josh Lilly, who also, from what we're hearing, came to pit road with McConaughey. Still 8 seconds back. He knows he can beat him off speed alone, so he's saying let's just follow his setup and continue to itch away at that time. Smart move by the Red Bull in the Truck Series. Burns won't let Conklin to get through. Goes to the outside. The thing is, there's no guarantee another caution, but if you get another yellow and Burns goes a lap down, he has to take that time to go ahead and consistently hold on to what he's got. Now we're just hearing now that there was a wreck in the next gen class. That came down to Dylan Basin. He's very much up and out of harm's way. We stay green. We watch the battle for the lead. And Dylan All sweeps to the inside of Sean Conklin to retake the lead in the next gen class. Dylan All, top of the board again. Mosteller 14 seconds back. Basin involved in a wreck. We're going to go see exactly what happened with him. Man, look at the damage all over that Toyota. It wasn't enough to warrant a yellow, at least as of now. Let's see here. This is under replay for the ones that are wondering. Hey, he was in no man's land. How did he wreck out? Basin, a very strong next-gen driver. Whoa! I don't know what that was about. If there's a lockable here to see if it's a mechanical issue there for the Dylan Basin machine, but he is out of this race. Conklin second, McConaughey third, Rego back to fourth. He's made up time, no doubt about it. As these guys continue to roll around, Spencer Burns back there in that 10th position as drivers continue to drop off left and right with an hour and a half left to go. A wheel disconnect for Dylan Basin puts him out of the Daytona 2.4. A strong driver that will not get a good outing. Not enough to warrant a yellow. Here comes pit road. It's wide open for Sean Conklin. He's down and in. And Dylan Alt will stay on the racetrack, so Conklin goes for the undercut as Dylan Alt will hold on for an overcut, which means he's got to run his fastest lap time this time by in hopes of keeping Sean Conklin out of harm's way. Here's Aiden Walker on pit road. He's your race leader. He rolls around, and Baker went for the undercut. We could see the switch up for position here. Walker gets his way rolling down off pit road, but he wasn't in that first pit stall. He has to work his way through this part and all the way down to 1 and 2. Conklin gets out without a problem. Here comes Baker, thundering down across the start-finish line. Aiden Walker should hold on to this race lead, but instead of that 5-second gap that he once had, it may very well come down to a 4-3 second gap. I want to say a 4-7. So Baker makes up time there on Aiden Walker with the undercut, and 4-2 the distance. McConaughey, Josh Lilly. This is a battle that is very underrated here tonight. Josh is in an area where he has made up nothing but time in his class. He was at one off. Spencer Burns again. And the struggles continue for that machine. Lilly went from leading early on. Everyone said, hey, he's going to be the dominant force. Caution comes out, shuffled on through, including the incident that he had down in the NASCAR 3. Well, here he is, 8 seconds back. At one point was 11 seconds back, so he's making up the time, no doubt about it. This is going to be the real question. 16 seconds from Altamont Zeller. Demos, I believe, if he's not coming in this time by, he may be coming in next time by. And Dylan Alt's really holding on to what he has. Let's go find the Sean Conklin machine. Where does he run? Should we say 4th? And that's 33 seconds back. He's definitely in the ballpark to make up time on all. Well, Marcelo will definitely lose that second spot, including if Rego elects to go ahead and stay out. Oh, he does not. He will come on in. So Sean Conklin there in 4th will go back to that second position, already 29 seconds back to Dylan Alt. This is going to be the big battle here because Conklin with the undercut, I believe, can make up time on Alt on the overcut. Keep that in mind. 1 hour, 25 minutes left in the NASCAR Daytona. 2.4 hours at Daytona. Incredible racing we have so far tonight as we continue rolling on. If this is your first time watching NR Night in America, we'd love to have you as a long-term viewer. So feel free to subscribe, notifications on, so we can keep you having the great racing rolling on. Also, if you enjoy the great racing action, feel free to subscribe with notifications on and drop a like on this live stream. We're at 270 likes. We're so grateful for it. Hopefully you all continue to enjoy this night of racing. Conklin 3-4 back. Well, he had a big struggle move down towards the west end of the racetrack on the inner loop. Dylan Alt, and he's got to come to pit road at some point, but how about this battle in the Xfinity Series class? Baker 4 seconds back as of now. Joseph Armstrong, he made his way on pit road already, and he's 30 seconds back. Joe struggling massively right now, including the infield portion of this racetrack. Spencer Burns cannot get out of his own way. See the damage there on Joe, a lot of left side damage. Now, I want to say at some point, and there goes Spencer Burns, bumping Armstrong up and out of the way. Dylan Alt's on pit road. This will be the battle for the lead. Conklin works his way to the tri-oval. Oh, it's going to be close. I don't know. Alt had that first pit stall to the inside. Conklin on the racetrack has to find his way around Contreras. Can he beat Dylan Alt out of pit road? They're going to drag race to the east end of this racetrack. Conklin to the bottom, Alt to the outside, and Sean Conklin will retake the lead in the Daytona 2.4. We knew strategy was going to be a big thing here tonight, and Conklin Showing that a little bit of math can get you to victory lane, and that's exactly what he does there. Now Dylan Alt on the fresher tires should have an opportunity. Goes wide on the west end and gives Conklin a commanding lead. A 1-7 difference as Alt in the Coca-Cola Chevrolet will yield very much back. Sean Conklin takes the lead, a 2-2 the difference between first and second. How about that? Walker, Baker. This is a battle that I don't believe will go quietly into the night. 4 seconds the difference with William Schmidt back to 6. And what's going on there with Aiden McConaughey? Now 6 seconds now separate him and Josh Lilly. You see Lilly rolling around. Still that right rear damage on the Red Bull. He did not elect to get it fixed. But he's in an area where he can still make up a lot of time. 6-7 back. With the next truck in line, 19 seconds back. There is a battle on track. That is going to be Josh Kenyon and Tobias Matheson. Both these machines battling for 6th and 7th. There's Matheson to the inside. Josh Kenyon, just focus on holding on to his truck and not really making a lot of mistakes. He gave that inside lane to Matheson big time. He's going to slide that rear end as Tobias Matheson will pass Kenyon for position that will be for the 6th place spot in the Truck Series class. Well, good old switch up. I don't think it's done yet. Remember, Dylan Hall about 3 lap fresher tires than Sean Conklin. It's now about 2.5 seconds back and closing. So he's ready to really give it his all from what he's seen. Time continues to tick. You're under the hour-and-a-half mark. You're at 1 hour and 21 minutes left. What is going to happen during this race? At 2-2. Conklin, the undercut is working for now. Rego rolls in 4th. River Page, the roll in 5th. He's got a little damage on that 24 machine. Has definitely gotten into multiple machines here tonight. But rolls well here in the next gen class. There's Max Swearigan. There's Michael Mitchum. Gavin Austin. TCB, he's losing time. 5.5 seconds back to Aiden Walker. William Schmidt nearly 8 seconds back to the Baker machine. And we are hearing that there's a big strategy play just when you think Sean Conklin called checkmate here on Dylan Altoff's strategy. With Alt staying out as long as he did, he may have 8 laps. Well, we're going to go ahead and just look at this once again. 8 laps more fuel than Conklin by the end of this race. So they'll have to pit, I believe, just one more time. But if things do consistently stay the way they are, Alt may win this off of a fuel lottery. Remember the Drive Smart California 500? We all watch Wilson go around like, I don't know what strategy he's playing. He's out of harm's way. He really thinks we're not going to get another caution. For sure we're going to get another caution. And then what happened? 328 miles green. And he had the strategy right. Dylan Alt, very smart. Right now he's probably thinking, all right, short-term loss. We lost that battle, but we definitely didn't lose the war. There's a lot of racing left to go. What's going to be the game plan? Sputtermouth gifting 1 membership. They're the Main Street. Thank you so much, Sputtermouth, for all the gifted memberships you've given out tonight. It has been an absolute pleasure seeing it all go down. Now, Josh Lilly. I watched this here. The truck class is spread out beyond Bolivian, and there's still a battle there for 6. As you see Tobias Matheson rolling around. He's got Nathan Scott in front of him. He's also got Josh Kenyon right on the tailgate as Matheson goes wide. It will be Josh Kenyon now working to the inside alongside wheel to wheel. What's it going to take for Josh Lilly to make up the time? 7-4 the difference. From the way things are looking, including off the last 4 lap averages, we are guaranteed 1 more pit cycle. What happens after that will all be just a big mystery. So that means these drivers are now thinking, okay, enough of this wheel to wheel. The wheel to wheel may look great on stream, maybe great for the viewers back at home, but how am I going to go to victory lane? How am I going to overtake that driver in front of me? Well, for Joseph Armstrong, the bad news continues. He's back on pit road and a lot of damage to that machine. Let's go ahead and see what happened. Oh, man, he got really all torn up. I think this is just an unscheduled pit stop on pit road and really well out of harm's way. Riker Byron going to the outside. Dylan Alt closing on in once again. 1-2 the difference with an hour and 18 minutes left of the NASCAR Daytona 2.4. Or should we say the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona. Joseph Armstrong 1 lap down in the Xfinity Series class. Josh Lee closing on in. Aiden Walker holding on, but TCB has been the talk of the town. I don't think anyone had him circled whatsoever to go to victory lane here tonight. And right now, 5 seconds back. We've seen drivers make mistakes already early in this race. What is it going to take for Baker to make up that time on Aiden Walker? Schmidt 8 seconds and change back. Way out of the groove and out of harm's way. 1-3 the difference. Does Conklin hold off Dylan Alt? That's going to be the new question up for debate. Alt going wide. Sneaking his way through a 1 caution race. We asked you all below, will we see another yellow? 82% have said yes. Here's another thing. There's no guarantee at a restart under 10 minutes left. That's right, with 10 minutes left in this race, that could be the race. We don't stop the clock. We don't go ahead and try to make things work the way they do. Once we get to 2 hours and 40 minutes in the race, it's official. That's how it goes down. Conklin to the inside of the truck. That's Joseph Goff in the 12 machine. Losing his time. Lock up, Mitzel. May have just found the outside tire barrier, and he did, and that 77 machine has sparked it around that outside. He's got to find a way through. Here's Walney. Timothy J. Moore. Rolling his way through. Mosteller, 19 seconds back. So the next gen class is really in a class of their own. They've had the least amount of drivers drop out due to issues. The Xfinity Series class is really treacherous, as you see Frank DeAngelis now getting back on the racing surface. He really wrecked out, I want to say, around the 2 hour, 35 minute mark left to go. So 5 minutes into the race, he's back out there and looking just to log some laps to see how the rest of his race may shape out. Josh Dooley under fire, Matthew Brower. Let's rephrase that. I think he found his way around the Matthew Brower machine. Lilly in the truck making up time, still 7-7 back. Baker, 6-5, losing it to Aiden Walker. Now he's got a new contender to watch out for. That's going to be William Schmidt. 9 seconds back, and Schmitty has been quick and very consistent. We call him the closer, but he's usually the closer on the Cup side, on the ovals. Same with Xfinity. He's more of an oval guy, right? Can he close it out here in a road course race? I think it would be absolutely amazing if William Schmidt can somehow find his way to victory lane. Now he does line up, nose to tail there with River Page along that start-finish line, but with an hour and change left to go, Schmitty is looking for either A, caution, or B, a mistake by Aiden Walker, where he knows he can go ahead and capitalize. Dylan Alt, 1-2 and some change with Sean Conklin now right in front of him. The strategy is going to be tough here. I mean, now Conklin knows, he heard it on the stream, hey, that driver behind you is not just a second and a half back, but he may have more gas than you. So we know we're going to have one more stop. You may have to do 2 stops because of how the time has gone and when the caution came out. Dylan Alt's thinking 1 more stop and I'm done. Here's another thing too. If you take the white flag, or let's rephrase that completely. If you're the leader with 30 seconds left in this race and you're somewhere around this track, you can feather it back. It's not like NASCAR where there's a guaranteed white flag It takes about a minute 45 seconds for these drivers to get around the entire track. So if there's 30 seconds left to go and you're short on fuel in iRacing, you can go ahead and take your sweet time, including a second is about 30 seconds back. Because guess what? Once the clock strikes midnight, once the clock strikes 0, it is officially the last lap. Next flag ends the race, which is the checkered flag. And guess what? For Dylan Alt, he's thinking just that. It's happened to the Rolex way back before, where a driver was very short on fuel. He just feathered it. Coming to the start-finish line, clock struck 0. He crossed the start-finish line, ran out of gas, and won the Rolex. Guess what? We could see that here tonight with the Dylan Alt machine. Baker, Schmidt, that battle is soon to ramp on up as Schmidt has seriously closed on in to the back end of the TCB machine. Dead sideways into the East Horseshoe. Baker able to hold it nose to tail for now, but William Schmidt has got speed that I don't think even Aiden Walker expected here tonight. The King head into the West Horseshoe now. Toyota Chevrolet battle for second. Schmidt opens one up. No, thinks better of it. He knows Baker is possibly going to overdrive this corner. Very difficult for these heavy stock cars to roll their way through the flat surfaces and the twists and turns of the infield road course at Daytona. Left side, down the strips. Schmidt. No, couldn't get him there. And now why do we ask the viewers, do you think we're going to get a caution? Well, it's pretty simple. In NASCAR Night in America, you never know when you'll get a caution. We had Talladega recently, and it looked like we just couldn't wreck enough, right? It looked like the wrecking was just never going to stop. And then what happened? Oh, we had a couple races. They went pretty clean. Here we are tonight, one caution in this endurance race. And some are thinking, oh man, I thought this was going to be Caution City out here. NR drivers don't want to race on road courses, including an endurance race? What? That's exactly what some are considering right now. Look at this top 8 in the Xfinity Series. Armstrong, Byram, Hankins, Vietvu, Brower. Schmidt said Hankins belongs in the Xfinity Series class. I agreed. He's up inside that top 6. Here's the battle for second. Schmidt to the back end of Baker. Easy in, down to the twists and turns of 3 and 4. Let's hear how much you have to get back on that throttle. Have to rotate back to the center. If Schmidt can open this door, the crowd will get on their feet, no doubt about it. Toyota and Chevy battle back nose to tail. To the King, head into the West Horseshoe. Baker opens the gap, but still just 4 the difference between both these machines. Schmidt, the lunge to the bottom. Couldn't get him. Schmidt couldn't get back to the gas quicker than TCB. Baker, that's just where he's the strongest. I mean, you can't beat him on that end of the racetrack. Once you get on the oval side, everything just comes right back to him. It's the infield road course that's seriously going to be the make or break for that machine. Josh Lilly closing in, 6.5 seconds back to McConaughey. Very much doable with just over an hour remaining in the Daytona 2.4. Baker's got company, Schmidt in the draft. Where are you gonna go? Top, bottom. Looking, peeking. Lines up nose to tail, not going for the contest. Schmidt goes wide. Thought about pulling alongside him into turn 1, and that's gonna meet his demise for now. Schmidt loses all that time. He should have just sat nose to tail and tried to beat Baker into the East Horseshoe by making the lunge here. He's trying to do a little bit too much than what he's wanted to. And Schmidt knows to play on the road course of these Xfinity Series machines, the optimum racing line isn't what it is seen, should we say. It changes consistently Right now, with an hour and 8 minutes left racing, things are still very much up for grabs. Max Swearinger there in 6th. River Page there in 5th. How about Rego back there in the 4th position. Mosteller in 3rd. Dylan All and Sean Conklin continue to lead away. Just over an hour remaining. We're past the halfway point. One caution once again in the books of this race. River Page. Look at the damage on that Mustang. Welcome to Speed Weeks in NR Night in America. The next special event before the e-ticket event, ladies and gentlemen, will be 1 week from today. It's the LA Clash. That's right, the Clash is back in NR Night in America for the 3rd year in a row. Well, the big thing is we're going to have a different format than the last 2 years. So stay up to date with us on the socials of Twitter, aka X, Instagram, the YouTube community page, and definitely in the Discord. Join our Discord server, link in the description below, as that will be the 2nd community event before our e-ticket event. The Darrington Woodworking, 4 to 500. We told Darrington, hey, we want to get you up to 1,000 followers on Instagram before we take the green flag. Feel free to follow him on Instagram. I'm telling you, Darrington Woodworking, the greatest place to go if you're wanting to get custom woodworking projects. He builds custom woodworking projects for big and small designs. You design it, he'll build it. Located in southern Utah, American made. I'm telling you, that's the guy you want to go to. And guess what? He will build anything you can go ahead and dream up. You ever wanted that tables piece where you have the TIE fighters in the middle? I think, what was it called? I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I love The Mandalorian. I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I believe it was the Something Run. Okay, now I completely just screwed it up. But it's Something Run. I believe it's not Temple Run. Definitely not that. If you wanted to go ahead and probably put some prop pieces in a nice table or a chair, he is the man to go to. I'm telling you, he knows everything about woodworking. The custom pieces he builds is out of this world. Conklin, all top 2, 1 second off. We continue to watch as we possibly get ready for another fight for position. And Baker is still sitting there in 2nd. Schmidt's now 1 second back to the TCB machine, but Josh Lilly in the trucks. 5 seconds the difference between him and Aidan McConaughey. The Kessel Run, thank you so much. You ever wanted to recreate the Kessel Run as a table? I'm telling you, he will go ahead and do it. Why? Because if you can dream it, he can build it. Anything woodworking, want anything very old Western styles? Just check out his Instagram page when you get the chance, ladies and gentlemen, as he creates fabulous pieces, beautiful tables. It's all American made. Once again, Darrington Woodworking 4 to 500 will be live February 9th at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, live on this YouTube channel. Myself and the Iceberg will be in the booth for that race, and it's going to be an absolute blast. 1 hour, 5 minutes left here in the Daytona, or should we say the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona. Sean Conklin, Dylan All, top 2, a second and change are in between both those machines. Well, the Elite 8 finally finds its first driver 1 lap down. Michael Mitchum falls to the wayside as Gavin Austin looks to be next in line as well. We do have a big cluster of machines here of trucks. Xfinity Series, and there goes Spencer Burns around right in front of your leaders. Is he able to get it refired? No caution from what we're seeing, but it's going to change things up. Oh, Conklin looking for a move, trying to hold on to the Dylan Alt machine, nose to tail to the East Horseshoe. That was almost a yellow. We came really close to throwing it right there. And the worry was Sean Conklin possibly getting into the nose, or should we say the rear, of the Spencer Burns machines. Dylan All, can he find a way around the 54? Looking for a move. Burns around again. As he'll get ready to try to get this one refired. He hasn't hit anyone, but man, he can't keep that car on the track at all. Alden second. 6 back. Seven back. Josh Lilly has closed the gap. There's also the battle for second here. Baker and Schmidt. Baker down into the grass. Schmidt switching lanes, sliding it. Into the West Horseshoe. This second battle is going to continue to be big, as no one has really laid it down with just over an hour remaining. Holds on, stays consistent. Gavin Austin, next driver in the next gen to go a lap down. 6 left on the lead lap. Dylan Alt, Sean Conklin, top 2, nose to tail. Baker, Schmidt, nose to tail. That's for 10th. That's for 11th. And this has allowed Josh Lilly in his truck to pull into 5 seconds of Aiden McConaughey. 6 the difference. 7 the difference. 8 back now. TCB has that over William Schmidt. Well, look now, Matthew Brower trying to hold on for his position. You see Joseph Armstrong rolling around the racetrack. And almost down within a 6. He's trying everything. Really pushing that dial. 7-6 the difference. 7-7 the difference. 1 hour, 1:45 left on the clock, and the fight for the lead has not gone anywhere. And so that battle for that second position, Schmidt's got an opportunity. Tries it again. Looks to the bottom. The outside, maybe another peek. No push. No opportunity there. And about 5-6 back to the difference. You can just see Baker struggling to go ahead and hold on in the infield portion, but once again, as per usual, one thing has made the difference for him. The speed on the oval portion of this racetrack. Lilly 5-5, 1 around. Kyle Petrie, and he'll go ahead and park it on pit road. All to the inside of Conklin. These two are going to muscle for position. Sean Conklin's not the type person. So, oh, he's around. Holt's surrounded into the outside wall. That's a big hit. What a shot by the driver in second. He just nailed the outside safer barrier. Caution will wave. We will have a restart with 1 hour remaining in this race. Wow. Unbelievable. Dylan Alt gets a big hit to the outside wall, and there's a lot of incidents around the racetrack. We knew something was going to happen big for a yellow. Probably should have been a local yellow. The debate can go up in chat, no doubt about it. But then you can also make the argument, should there have been a yellow for Spencer Burns spinning in front of the leaders? Is it an eye for an eye? But what does this bring to every other class? And how much damage is there to the Alt 40? With 1 hour to go, the yellow lights come on, and we're gonna have a restart in Daytona. Wow. right at the stroke of an hour. I cannot believe what we just saw. Let's watch again. This is heading through NASCAR 1 and 2. No, he just got over the curbing. And it's all about how much can you push before you realize you pushed way too much. Man. Look at them, just that car was all 4 tires off the ground. That is just unreal. And that's why these endurance races you watch every second, because you just never know what drama will unfold, and you just saw it there. Let's just back it up once again. Look at just how loose he was, or just free heading through the bus stop. And we've seen these next gens, they can really take this aggressive. He doesn't use the curbing that well on entry. He gets the left sides down in the grass. This is where it gets wild right here. He's already jumping up and down. There's no center of motion. Still off the ground, still off the ground, still off the ground. And that last jump right here, when all 4 tires, you can see it in that view, you can see the underbody of the 40 machine. This is where, when the car came back to earth, it spun around as there was no forward motion. Dylan Alt into the outside wall. What probably should have been a local yellow ends up being a full course yellow. But then again, the ones that were saying the Spencer Burns spin should have also been a big time yellow. That changes things up. I think that 40's gonna have to get right to work. That's a lot of damage. Pit road, it's wide open with 56 minutes left to go. I agree. Should have been a local yellow. But he is gonna lose all those spots. Sean Conklin, Rago, Mosteller will go third. Alt still on pit road, will be passed by Swearingen, passed by Gavin Austin, Michael Mitchum, and this opens the door for Joseph Armstrong and so many others to get their laps back. And I believe they're going on the oval to get their laps back, which is fine as long as they do not hit anyone. Remember, NR Night in America rules are different than e-ticket event rules. In e-ticket events, you can only get the lucky dog back, and that's how it works. But man, things are going to be shuffled out like crazy. Kyle Turzak, Lane Sanders all out. Out of the 60 drivers that took the green flag, just under half are out, should we say, as you still have about 36 drivers racing. Wow, man. And a lot of them probably threw in the towel thinking, oh, this race is over, I'm done. Now what happens? Okay, let's get ready to go again. And we are putting the warning out to the drivers. No, it is not okay to go on the oval to get your laps back. I repeat, it is not okay to go on the oval to get your laps back. At one point it was, but it is not now. I believe they're just giving a warning to everyone just because of the shift in rules. Wow, this changes things up big time. And we're saying right now, a warning to everyone, if they do run the oval, they will go ahead and be disqualified from the race. And they are confirming, if caught, L5. So you can't go around and get as many laps back as you want, but the ones that are about 1 or 2 laps down, should we say, would have gotten their 1 or 2 laps back to begin with. So they are keeping that in mind. And we're just heard from the admins originally was the rule in NR night, at least only at Daytona, not anywhere else, not the Indy Road Course or anywhere. But here it is okay. Here it is not okay, including with this being an endurance race. Yeah, apparently the admin said it was okay to go around. So, this is a little mix up, but how about this one? This puts Rago there in second. Facundo Rago. Dioso, his teammate, was out of this race. And we will get the lights off this time by. Ladies and gentlemen, crucial restart here in the 2.4. These big boys, it's gonna be huge right here. This stacks up every single line. And this will stack up every single class with an opportunity to get it done. The driver that's currently racing in Australia. No, I said it again. The driver racing in Argentina sits in second. That's Rago. Him and Gayoso, both from South America, making their NR Night in America debut. He's trying to become one of the few to win in their first ever start. Devins Baker will not start as your race leader in the trucks. McConaughey, Josh Lilly. Here's a fight that we're ready to go ahead and see unfold once again with 50 minutes left in this race. What's it gonna be as the lights are off? Ladies and gentlemen, the one to go. And we have to ask you, what's been the best series? Has it been Xfinity? Has it been Cup? Has it been Truck? As we get 50 minutes left to roll once again. This is everything right here. There's no guarantee at a restart. Alt will restart in 5th. As we get ready to go green. A community event like none other before. Lights off, top of the pace car, crowd ready to get back on their feet. 2 cautions in this 2.4-hour race. Can Aiden Walker hold off William Schmidt? Can McConaughey in the trucks hold off Josh Lilly? Can Sean Conklin hold off the Argentinian driver of Rago? Of Rago, should we say his name is Rago? And Mosteller there in 3rd. How about Swearengin? How about Alt? Clock is ticking. Under 49 minutes left to go. Pace car, the hard left onto pit road. Back underway from Daytona. Kevin Austin, way too hard into turn 1. Goes around off the nose of River Page. He's got to get it refired. Here comes the Xfinity Series. Walker, Schmidt, Baker lining their way through. Matthew Brower, Armstrong muscles his way through. Josh Lilly to the lead on the outside lane. Now loses it to McConaughey. McConaughey holds on. Lilly right in the tire tracks heading to the east end. Alt to fourth. Conklin, your leader. Mosteller into second. And the fan favorite says hello to the catbird position. TCB's got a bite right here. It's go time. 1 second back to Aiden Walker and closing. Schmidt in third. Can't get it done. Josh Lilly knows it's going to be mano-a-mano in the Truck Series. Chevy on Chevy. Can McConaughey hold off the hard-charging Red Bull? Sean Conklin, a commanding lead down the backstretch. Easy in. Will be easy out. Alt up the third has made up the time. But with 47 minutes left, that incident that happened, there's no guarantee he can catch Conklin again. Baker slicing, dicing, trying to make up that ground. William Schmidt back in third. Joseph Armstrong in the fourth position. Can Josh Lilly find his way around McConaughey? It's going to be a party in Austria if the Red Bull can find his way through. Josh Lilly has a new e-ticket event berth with his brand new sponsor. They're lined up nose to tail. This could be the battle for position. No move just yet. Maybe so. Look to the outside. Thinks about it. Tries it. Couldn't work. Dylan Alt around Mosteller. Into that second position. Now the thing is, the question would have been if Alt didn't make that mistake, would he have been able to find a way around Conklin? Or was Alt gifted a present with that caution? Or, once again, should have there been a caution to begin with the Spencer Burns incident? Well, no matter what happens, he's got 2 seconds in between him and the Sean Conklin 54. William Schmidt into second. Finds his way around Brower. Baker, Viet-Vu, and Armstrong. Armstrong to third. Holds a tough wheel. Josh Lilly now closes to the back end of the Aiden McConaughey machine. It's going to be huge for the trucks. It's mainly been 2 trucks that have been dominant here tonight. All 2 seconds back. Schmidt, a second and change back. There in that second position. Shifting. Shuffling. Armstrong is there. Viet-Vu under fire. Have a night, Matthew Brower. But has Baker to the bottom end. That's the battle for fifth. And it's going to switch up. Chevy on Chevy, and Baker's into the fast four. Should we say the top 5? He can be the fast four if he can find his way around Viet-Vu, who I don't believe wants to give that spot up whatsoever. All 2 seconds back. Viet-Vu shot in the back by Terrell Baker. Goes wide. Joseph Armstrong goes wide as well. And they have lost a ton of time. Viet-Vu hit a wheel with DeAngelis. DeAngelis muscles the floor out of the way. And man, the Xfinity Series sign is shuffled out. Viet-Vu, bumper to the back of the DeAngelis 69. And they gotta watch out, the Truck Series machines are right there. Oh, we're gonna look back here. I don't know if Josh Lilly got any damage on that. Knows he did from the spin of Frank DeAngelis. And it's now back to a 7, but still close enough. 44 minutes to go. Now, staying out of trouble has been such a problem with that Red Bull here tonight. McConaughey is still a lead. Now it's 8 the difference. You wonder how bad the damage could be affecting Josh Lilly as they continue to race around. 1-8 for William Schmidt. Newsflash, he was gaining 2 seconds in. 1-9 on center. 1-8 off of exit. 1-7 to turn 3. William Schmidt is closing in on the Aiden Walker Chevrolet. Okay, that's a possible battle, but what's going on for second in the Cup class? .43 minutes to go. Rango in fourth. Mosteller in third, Alt in second. Rolling around. .43 minutes on the clock. Josh Lilly will not go quietly into the night. To the back end of McConaughey. And Joe's fighting his good fight back there with Vietvu. And these trucks are ready to shuffle again. Joe, Vietvu, wheel to wheel. They have the leaders of a different class right behind them. Battle of the back end. Can Aiden McConaughey hold on to this position? I don't know. It's going to be tight with 42 minutes left. To NASCAR 1 and 2 after climbing the banking. Lilly in the slip. Nose to tail. Here's the lunge. Here's the look. Can he get him to the inside? No. He bails out early, and he knows there's still time to make a move on him because McConaughey is held up by the lap traffic. Another look here. Daylight to the bottom. Can he beat him to the yellow line? He does not. And these trucks will continue to fight on for another lap. Chevy on Chevy. Red Bull on the back end of the 71. The tailgate has a mirror full of that 97. Lilly looks slow. Nah, can't get it there. And he finally finds his way around Vietvu, who drops back, but Joseph Armstrong's be someone else you've got to watch out for. Conklin, all back nose to tail, 2 seconds and change the difference. 41 minutes to go. McConaughey to the kink. Daylight to the inside. Lilly goes for the lunge, and that was almost a big hit, but McConaughey slams the side of the 22. Lilly Daylight around the outside lane, pulls alongside McConaughey. Can he beat him to the front end? He doesn't. Joe shot to the back end of McConaughey. New race leader in the Truck Series class. Josh Lilly, top of the board in the Red Bull. Wow. Unreal. Oh man, what a race. And you knew the switch is gonna come at some point, but for McConaughey, now he's gonna get recentered. He muscled up Joe, a driver in a different class. And this isn't sports car racing, it's still very much just the stock car side. When push comes to shove, you can expect retaliation at some point. And for Aiden McConaughey, that could have been the nail in the coffin. I don't believe so. He still has a big opening, a second and change. Josh Lilly, your race leader. All 2.5 seconds back to Sean Conklin. Now does Joe allow Lilly to get around? Yeah, look at him sliding that rear end. Well, I don't know, McConaughey's right there. 3 the difference. This race is not over to the East Horseshoe. Looked for it, wanted it. Thought about having it again. And Olds lost a lot of time there to Conklin. But Schmidt is still within striking distance of Walker. These trucks will not give in here tonight. Lilly under fire. McConaughey, another look to the inside. We got it back to NASCAR 1 and 2. Still gonna be tough to pass Joe. I don't think Joe's too happy about really anything that's going on. Let's watch back on the next gen class. All 2-4 the difference. William Schmidt. 1-7. Is he gaining? Is he losing? He's losing time there on Aiden Walker. What a drive by that 93 here tonight. Has just been so strong on entry, so strong off exit, and he is just able to continue to hold on. He had power and definitely a lot of pressure from TCB earlier in this race. With 1-6, 1-7 being the difference, Schmidt's going to need a mistake out of Aiden Walker for things to possibly go for a miss. Here's Lilly again with McConaughey 4-7 back. Joe to the bottom of Brower. Wheel to wheel. This is for position in their class. Lilly wants to go through the middle. That's a bold move, and it's not going to work. Here comes McConaughey to the inside to take back the lead. Aiden McConaughey, top of the board. Josh Lilly back to that second position. Daylight downstairs on Brower. Looks for the move. Lilly a shot to the side of the 40. But how are you going to find your way around Joseph Armstrong? That's the real question. And Joe doesn't care about the truck guys, right? He's in his own class. He sees them right now more as a nuisance. But in reality, Joe should be a lot quicker than these guys. Due to issues that's happened during this race, it does not seem to be that way. Here's Lilly looking to the outside of McConaughey. Could be another fight for the move. Switch back to the inside. Can he beat him to the backstretch bus stop? Late lunge by the Red Bull. Locks in top of the board. Josh Lilly takes it back with 36 minutes remaining. Blew the doors off of McConaughey. This is fantastic. Who doesn't love community events? Lilly, your race leader. Red Bull back to reigning in Daytona, but he's so much better on that oval. Look at how quick McConaughey is into turn one. He's got it to a dime into perfection. Schmidt 2 seconds back. They're in the Xfinity class, now losing time. Is he saving tires or is he pushing? Only time will tell with 35 minutes left to go in the race. Joseph Armstrong. What a night for him. At one point, looked to be a clear favorite to win. But as things have gone on, it does not look to be the case. McConaughey to the bottom. Wanted it. Couldn't get it. It's going to be close again. I think it's going to be dicey. Is he closing in here and there? It depends on what part of the racetrack. But I think Josh Lilly is now in position where he can finally say, we've got it locked. Let's keep it this way throughout the night. He's been able to pull away because he found his way around Joe. McConaughey still has not found his way around Joseph Armstrong. Dylan All, 2 seconds and change. He doesn't have Conklin right now. But the real question is really going to be what's next. Joe gives the lane to the inside of McConaughey, and he looks to possibly yield over, maybe not. Cuts the grass once. Left side's in the dirt for McConaughey, And the wheel-to-wheel between the truck and the Xfinity Series machines continue. Look at Joe really fight him on. Coming down off the horseshoe. McConaughey will have the advantage into the kink, but if Joe can still hold on alongside him, we'll have an advantage into the West horseshoe. I think that's exactly what we're going to see here. Tight. Tries to use the muscle. Lilly can get away for now. It's a matter of time before McConaughey decides to use the bumper. Joe's not happy that McConaughey moved him earlier, and here's the move. McConaughey to the bottom. Roughs up Armstrong. He had a fight for it, but he's going to get it and now can set his sights on the Red Bull. That is now 3 seconds ahead. I don't think so. I like to go ahead and disagree, as now Joseph Armstrong back to the inside. If they don't start playing nice with each other, they're going to get turned, and Joseph Armstrong goes around, entering the bus stop. Out of harm's way of any other machines, caution will not wave. Aiden McConaughey, 4 seconds back, but can now, oh, it's not over. Now he has to deal with Brower. The truck and Xfinity Series classes have been going at it non-stop here tonight. McConaughey's got his hands up thinking, man, we just had this in the bag. This was ours. And now 5 seconds separate Lilly and McConaughey. Darn, man. Oh. There's Josh Lilly. There's Matthew Brower. So what's the game plan from there? Oh, right now the Xfinity Series class is really spread on out. William Schmidt trying to give it to Walker. I think he's on a way different, should we say, strategy than there at the 93. A lot of smoke out of River Page. What's going on with the 24? He's blowing up big time. I don't know if he was involved in an incident earlier. He was smoking well before this. There's the blink. So he blinked out down the backstretch. No smoke here. Wheel to wheel with Gavin Austin. How did he blow an engine? And usually in endurance races, it's a test of man and machine. Not sure exactly what happened. Both these Fords. They're just in their own area. Did he downshift wrong? He did. Look at that. Popped the gear right out and started hotboxing. And for River Page, what would have been a nice top 8 may go up in smoke. Back there in 7th. I believe with that, we'll be out of the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona. Well, don't look now. Dylan Alt is closing in. 2 seconds to Sean Conklin. Just popped it right out of gear. Joseph Armstrong going a lap down. I don't think he's done here with Aiden McConaughey. This should change things up big time with 30 minutes to go. All within 2 seconds. Lilly ahead by 6.8 seconds. I hate for Joe to get in this guy's way right here. I mean, his race is practically done. He needs another caution, actually, should we say, to get that lap back. The inside of Brower. McConaughey knows what's ahead of him. What's it gonna be? Dylan Alt, 1/7 the difference. Schmidt, 4 back. Josh Lee doesn't want to see another caution, but I don't think Aiden McConaughey is gonna be putting up with Joseph Armstrong again. 30 minutes to go in the 2.4. One 6 back, Dylan Alt. I don't think he wants to see another caution. Oh, Joe, don't do it, man. I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's not going to be worth it. I don't think he's going to really do anything. He knows not to do anything. I think he's thinking, I'm just going to park right in front of McConaughey and make sure Josh Lilly gets this win. He's done that before. And really his idea is just to make it difficult for the drivers that he believes have wronged him. And we get ready to watch it again. Xfinity next-gen truck all lined up, nose to tail it was, heading to the East Horseshoe. McConaughey with a big lunge, and that looked like a swing for the fence. And I think his eyes are now off possibly winning. And possibly now his motion has gone towards Joseph Armstrong, which is big for Josh Lilly. And Joe knows another caution would just change this thing up huge for every single class. But you don't want it. You do not want another caution. 28 minutes left. 1-6, 1-5 the difference for Dylan Hall. Closing on in, there's Sean Conklin off the West Horseshoe. Conklin off corner exit. Holding on, waiting on. Mosteller 7 seconds back. Hasn't had a race winning pace. Needs a lot more for him to go to victory lane. Joe's going to rattle him, and I think he's done exactly that. McConaughey led so much of this race, and after that contact from the restart, I'm telling you, Joe's probably thinking to himself, if I wreck him, all of a sudden I look like the bad guy. I rattle him, he gets in his head, and Josh Lilly goes to victory lane. Yes, once again, it's a different class that both these drivers are racing in, but Joe's race is done. He did great early on, but too many mistakes put him way against the 8 ball. He's really in his own little zip code. McConaughey, on the other hand, is probably thinking to himself, well, if I wreck him again, do I even get a caution? Because then that's twice, and he's going to wait for me once again just to allow Lilly to get around. You see Joe leaving a lot of real estate on the inside lane. Lilly gets away. Schmidt 6 seconds back. That's to Aiden Walker. We don't believe they'll have to pit once again. Conklin, all lined up, nose to tail, with 26 minutes to go. They're asking to see if pit road has to be reopened. For some of these drivers to come back in, we will get confirmation with it. 25 minutes left. Conklin has 25 minutes to hold on to Dylan Hall. McConaughey. Way out of harm's way of Josh Lilly. That's now almost a 10-second advantage. They're looking at it as a maybe. We might have to see one more set of pit stops. Keep that in mind. What we thought was over is now in a question of concern. And that's going to be huge for Schmidt and Walker, because if Walker's tearing his stuff up and Schmidt's able to save, William Schmidt could possibly end up the race winner. Oh, one and change back. Now down to a 9. Has a shot at Sean Conklin. Look to the bottom. Can't get it there. Conklin holds on into the kink. Now it's down to a 3. Conklin's probably thinking that caution shouldn't have came out. I agree 100%, but he's getting a shot in the back end of the West Horseshoe. Alt is there. But at the same time, you got to think that caution is probably going to come out no matter what, including from the Spencer Burns incident earlier. Speaking of that, the 6 is back lined up in front of your leaders. What to do, what to do through NASCAR 1 and 2. Conklin running wide, trying to break the draft. The run. The lunge. Down on the backstretch bus stop. Joe gets turned again by Aiden McConaughey. Now it's just a tap to the back end. Oh, and gets hit once more. I think he's got to call it right here. You're not going to get a caution for that one, no doubt about it. Lap machine's going at it. If the leaders are going at it, obviously that can be a caution. But I think his race is done. All Conklin nose to tail. Conklin slides the rear. All is there, 23 minutes to go. And now it's all the time game. See, when they're laps, you can definitely get a yes or no if you have to pit again, unless it's a hard fuel lottery. But the way things are going right now, you just do not know because the pace continues to change. Look at those brake rollers just glowing high on the Chevy and the Ford. Alt wants to shove him out of the way. He doesn't want to deal with this 54 anymore here tonight. Schmidt 8 seconds back to Aiden Walker. 22 minutes to go. They're all in a world of their own. Contreras 4 laps down, Burns 1 lap down. They're all inside the top 8. Austin, Swearingen, Rago lined up nose to tail. McConaughey 17 seconds back. I think Alt can reach him. I'm not exactly sure when it's going to happen. Conklin in the grass. Alt to the outside. After a shot by Matthew Brower, they're wheel to wheel for the lead through NASCAR 3 and 4. That made the difference. And Alt's going to get a run coming off turn 4. Drag race to the start-finish line. This is for the top position. Last driver to yield will have position to turn 1. Conklin with the drive on the bottom. Alt on the outside. Alt spun it. Oh, holds on with the wheel hop. He's got him right here. If he can get him back to the inside. But Conklin's going to just hold on to it back to the S's. The twisted turns to the East Horseshoe. 21 minutes to go in the 2.4. What's it going to be? Conklin and Alt. Mostella Rago. And it's just been a night and day difference with how these drivers have been racing, but they're poised to find victory lane. Tobias Matheson, 32 seconds. He's now the driver in position. Aiden McConaughey came down pit road on a pit strategy. He expects for everyone to have to pit at some point. Keep that in mind with Schmidt and Walker. You could see that shuffle. 20 minutes to go. So Josh really has to think, okay, am I good to go? Because with McConaughey coming to pit road, you might have to see me now come in. I don't think that truck of Josh Lilly was more on the conservative side. If he wants to go green all the way through, well, with that 35-second gap, if I'm right now as crew chief, I'm saying you better put that thing in the slow lane and just ride. Because Matheson is way back, and if he gets wheel to wheel with you, you know you can outdo him. But that's if he thinks he can get all the way through without a caution, and he thinks he can go all the way through without a net. Oh, he's coming to pit road. Josh Lilly in the truck cannot make it all the way. Smart. Probably smarter than I am on that situation. He saw McConaughey's move, and he said, that's the only driver I'm truly racing right now. We're in a world of our own. As long as we stay true to our positioning, we'll be good to go. Conklin, Battle for position. What about William Schmidt? 8 seconds back. Do you go for an undercut on Aiden Walker? Do you force him into a mistake? Or maybe start playing mind games thinking, hey, I can't make it to the end as well. And Conklin with all, that will mean one thing. These two, with 19, now 18 and change remaining in this race, might also have to work their way to pit road one final time. What an exciting community event. The Daytona 2.4. Conklin. 4 tenths ahead. Now down to 5. Now Schmidt's almost 10 seconds back there to Aiden Walker. Josh Julia gets on the racing surface well before Aiden McConaughey. He's clear of Matheson, 4 seconds in advantage. If this race goes green, Josh Lilly is the man to get it done. For McConaughey, now it's coming down to either second or a caution. That's how he lines up. Aiden Walker, William Schmidt. Schmitty's on pit road. Here's the move to possibly win the race in undercut. And Baker's going to join him as well. What about Dylan Auld and Conklin? Can you stay out? I don't think so. Conklin locks up the right front. Looks at going wide, and Ault's just right there. Would love to just steal this race away from him. 3 down, 2 down. What's it gonna be? Glowing hot on the brake rotors. Ault to the back end. Conklin walks it in on the bottom. I'm Aiden Walker. I'm thinking, okay, I gotta come to pit road now. If I stay out maybe one more lap, I don't think it's gonna work. There he is on track. Battle of the next gens. Conklin nose to tail, all closing in the slipstream. The bus stop on the backstretch has been make or break all night long. Conklin holds on steady. All does not go around. Aiden Walker, it's time to come to pit road. Yes, it is for him. Walker is in. Where's William Schmidt? High banks of NASCAR 1 and 2. I think he's going to have a big shot here, guys. I don't think this is over. He's 34 seconds back, and Walker's just getting into his pit stall. The Xfinity guys might have a pit strategy to determine this race. All Conklin battling nose to tail. It's going to be close. Schmidt's down to 20 seconds. Walker may have to get back out earlier than he thinks he needs to. Right sides up and down. He's off and away. 13 seconds. 12 seconds. He's got it. Aiden Walker will hold on to the race lead. William Schmidt now just entering the tri-oval. But he won't be holding on to it by much. 6 seconds. The difference. Perfect stop by them. Battle for the lead. 2-3 the difference. 2:15. All a look to the bottom. Has life trouble. What just happened to Timothy J. Moore? Goes upside down and the caution will wave with 15 minutes remaining. Oh, I don't think so. I don't think it did. Never mind. No caution. He got the pit road before things got bad. He just flatlined it. What are you doing? Are you serious? Pathetic. Luckily, we did not get a caution for that. We stayed green. He flatlined and went to pit road. You might not see Timothy J. Moore in here after that for a little while. We've been banning guys from doing that stuff consistently or blacklisting because we want to keep the racing consistent and clean. We don't want to be this, make this a roller derby clown show. Racing continues up front. Conklin and all. No caution. Thank goodness. Because that would have been way too controversial, including with how great this battle is up front. Oh, looking for a move. Conklin holds it steady down on the inside lane. Oh, looking for a way through. Ah, can't get it done. Two, 7 the difference. And some are saying it's wheel disconnected. We already saw what happens when a wheel disconnect. That happened with Dylan Basin. You'll see the left side tires just lock up. That's how you'll know. But we keep it green. 3 the difference. Schmidt, 4, 5 back. He's actually closing in on Aiden Walker. 13 to go. Pit road, it's wide open. Top 2 coming in. It's going to be make or break right here. They cannot speed. They can't have a single mistake. The difference in this race will be determined off this pit stop. And I believe they're lined up first and second in their stalls. Alt will have some type of advantage. Conklin is in. There's the 40 machine down and in as well. Gas and go. No other way to talk about it. Dylan Alt will get on the racing surface before Sean Conklin, new race leader in the next gen. And that 40 machine starts pulling away. Perfect exit. It's only 8-7 the difference he pulled away from. Conklin should still have the toe off the banks, but man, this race may have just came down to that pit stop. Schmidt 4-5 back. He's pushing it as hard as he can. McConaughey 31 seconds back. And that's a Josh Lilly. Under 10 minutes, there's no guarantee at a restart. Conklin led the majority of this race. The question will now be, did he just lose it in the closing minutes? One second back. Sticks on the board. 11 to go. He's got him right now. A little bit quicker down through NASCAR 3 and 4, but I think that's just because of the toe. This race is not over, but it's going to take every inch of skill, every second of opportunity for Sean Conklin to make up this time, and he's going to get a gimme here as Salt went wide into one. Yeah, but it doesn't get much because Salt backed it up by laying that throttle down, headed to the East Horseshoe. 10 to go. Nine, 8 back. That 40 machine has made a mistake already once tonight. Sean Conklin, so far, nearly flawless. His only mistake was that he possibly took more fuel than Dylan Alt. That's why Alt beat him off pit road. But did Alt put enough fuel in there to get to the end? He is in control of this race. But it's going to come down to something quick. 5 seconds of difference. Walker and Schmidt not decided yet. Lilly has it covered if this race goes green all the way through. What a night for Red Bull. What a night for Josh Lee and Aiden Walker, a new sponsor on that 93 machine. The second they got to halfway, it became all him. Dylan All pulling away from Sean Conklin. What and change to NASCAR 3 and 4 with 9 minutes remaining in the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona. Strong into turn one. Conklin, no momentum. When exiting, or should we say entering, the infield chicane, the infield bus stop, should we say just the infield portion of this track. It's still 1 second. A lot of things can change in the next 8 minutes. But Dylan All looks to ride high to victory lane. Lap traffic in front of him. Pravi Richard. Frank DeAngelis, Alan Contreras. A battered Spencer Burns to the high banks of 1 and 2. I think Pravi's going to get out of the way easily. The real question will be Frank, Burns, and Contreras. I believe they might. No, they're not battling for position. They're just wheel to wheel. I don't know. Conklin's got something. He got the draft off Pravi Richard. Closes on in, down to a 9-2. Breaks a little bit earlier than All. All is very aggressive in the bus stop. But Conklin was better than him that time by with 7 minutes now to go. 8 the difference. Now down to 7 the difference. Schmidt 6 seconds back. McConaughey 37 seconds back. Never mind. If it stays green and Walker doesn't make a mistake, those races will end as you see now. All way on the flat. He goes wide to get the run into the infield portion of this racetrack. And he's so strong at it. Sean Conklin has just not been able to figure that out tonight. Sector 1 and 2, give it to the 40. 3 and 4, give it to the 54. 1 second the difference. 6 minutes remaining. Conklin to the back end of Frank DeAngelis. Frank gets out of the way. 6 to go. Burns, Contreras. This race is not over. I don't think so. But it was 7, just over a second. The difference is 6 minutes left. I still don't think these two next gens are going to get out of the way. This is going to be crucial. All gets through, no problems. Conklin gets through, no problems. Five minutes remaining. Eladom Contreras, Spencer Burns. Those two in a thick dogfight. All goes for the wide move here. He goes to the inside. Spencer Burns around again. And it may have actually hurt Conklin on entry once more. And I'm telling you, he just cannot figure it out here tonight. He's just ready for this thing to end with 5 minutes to go. Contreras lays over. Alt holds on. 1-2 the difference. McConaughey 42 seconds back to Josh Louis. What a night we have had. This experiment of a race. Let's have a recap. Started off with issues on our side of the broadcast, and then ended up having issues on multiple drivers' side because they were not prepared for a 60-car race, as we believed we were prepared, but we didn't realize how much it was going to take on the PCs. Had to pull the comp yellow out so drivers can come to pit road and make the adjustments on their graphic cards. Then we got back green, and it was smooth sailing. Trucks holding up all. Conklin, half a second back. What a move! Then the great racing just continued on with wheel-to-wheel battles from Cup, Xfinity, and Truck. A timely caution came, an hour left in the race, and here we sit with less than 4 minutes remaining. With the next gen class undecided, Conklin, the lunge to the inside of turn 1. All goes wide. Sean Conklin, new race leader, 3:30 left to go. Oh man, but Alt's not done. He's right there. Never underestimate an endurance race. The trucks were so off pace from the next gen, it held all up. And here we are. Alt to the back end, the west end of the horseshoe. He wants it, he just needs to dice it out right here. Apply the pressure, brake rotors glowing hot. Alt punch to the back end of Sean Conklin. 2:49 on the clock. Crowd on their feet. This is gonna be the race. To the bus stop. Running on the ragged edge, Ford, Chevrolet. It comes down to this. These two drivers have shared an amazing battle for the full 2.4. 2-minute warning, 10 seconds away. A night where the top 8 of each class has been dominated by Chevrolet. It's Ford looking to get it done, but a dang man, Alt just drives it in deep to 1. And he's got back to the rear end there, the Dark Horse Mustang. Look to the inside, the East Horseshoe, bump, shove, spin, Conklin goes around, Alt parks it, he's gonna wait for him. Class, what a race. He doesn't want to win that way. I can't believe it. Is this the movie Cars? 1:20 left on the clock. This could be the last lap. All to the outside. Conklin on the bottom. Another shove. He's just trying to get him up out of the groove. But he's right to that back end. This is going to be the race from what it looks like. 50 seconds to go. I don't think they'll get to the start-finish line for another lap. Down the back stretch, bus stop. Ford, Chevy, Conklin and all. Sean Conklin pulls out to a 2.9, 2.7, 2.5. It's going to be close. If that clock hits 0 before Conklin's the start-finish line, this race is official. 17 seconds, 14 seconds. Alt looks to the outside. Salamanca, 1 to go from Daytona. This is the final lap. Oh man, it came down to 4 seconds. The Xfinity Series race will end here. Alt to the bottom, takes the lead at turn 1. Conklin loses it. Aiden Walker will be victorious in the Xfinity Series class. What a drive by him. Domination out of Chevrolet to the kink for the next gens. Alt slides the rear end. Conklin trying to close that gap. He knows if he stays within a 4 or a 3, They're the driver in front. He can make the last-ditch move on the outside. Alt runs wide through NASCAR 1 and 2. Lines it up, nose to tail. And he's got something right here. You can see Alt trying to just keep that difference between him and that machine in second. Conklin goes wide, goes for a slide, puts it all on the table to the bus stop. Cut the chicane. He may have a slowdown. He does. Just a couple inches, maybe. I don't believe they're going to fully hold on to it. 2.8 the difference, 2.9 to the start-finish line. The 2.4 hours of Daytona is going to go to Dylan Alt. First career win in NASCAR Night in America. What a race. What a drive by the driver in the Chevrolet. I'm hearing it's not over for the Xfinity Series just yet. It was predetermined. This will be the checkered flag for Aiden Walker. What a night it was. It came in questioning about the Xfinity Series problem, the chipping heading to the start-finish line. It did not mean anything for the driver of the 93. He put on a show in the purple class, and the NASCAR Xfinity Series portion of the 2.4 hours of Daytona will see Aiden Walker victorious at the line. On turn number 4 for the final time early in this event, it looked to not be him, but Red Bull will see the checkered flag as Josh Lilly is victorious in the trucks. What a night. What an event. And it doesn't get any better than that. I cannot believe it. Just wow. And we need the top 3 to go ahead and take a photo. The train they roll, your winners of the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona. That's just awesome. It was such a risk doing this community event. We didn't know what to expect. Very rarely do we go into things with our fingers crossed. We thought we had it right. At the start, we lost the first 10 minutes of this live stream due to mechanical issues in the simulator. We fixed it. We kept it going, and the great race in action did not disappoint. I think endurance racing has a place in NASCAR Night in America. Fantastic drive. And we're telling the drivers to line up on the start-finish line for interviews. I cannot believe the race we have had. And we're going to start with Josh Lilly. We have told them they have to line up on the start-finish line for interviews, so we can go ahead and take the photo. Wow. Community events. We finally found the name. And we're letting the drivers know right now, top 3, the winners of each class to the start-finish line for the photo, as we'll get ready to talk to them all. Sean Conklin, disappointed after how it all ended. I think Alt's out of gas. I think that's why they're pushing them the way they are. And we'll wait for Josh Lilly and them to join the chat so we can go ahead and speak with your winners. Let's start with Aiden Walker, the winner of the Xfinity Series class. Walker, so John, you got a copy.
That's we're right now pushing Dylan.
He is out of gas. How was that?
Very interesting most of the race. Restarts were a little weird because we were restarting the middle 3 and 4 on the banking. So, definitely a really interesting race overall. Surprised I had this much pace, because usually I do terrible with these Xfinity cars, so just getting Dylan over to the line and...
Don't destroy the nose. We need the nose to look good.
I know.
You're going to go to the bottom. Willie's going to go to the outside, by the way. I just want to point that out. Put him in the middle. What a wild race. I cannot believe it. I had so much fun calling that. We had issues of our own at the start. Walk me through the start of the race. We also heard drivers were having the same overloading issues that we were having.
Yeah, the Xfinity set, we were on the rev limiter the entire front straightaway, so during the practice, me and a few other people were worried we were just going to blow up the entire race, like a COT race at Vegas. So, luckily we didn't, and setup was okay.
Hey,
just really hard to pass with it.
You won the 2.4 hours of Daytona, our first endurance race in our night in America. It was a blast. We kicked off Speed Weeks with community events like this one. We have another community event next week. That's the Clash at the Coliseum before the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. What did you think of the concept? It was our first time doing it. We had our own little trouble once again at the beginning, but man, we ended strong, including after the first 10 minutes, we were good to go. Walk me through just how it was for you as a driver, getting used to racing against a next gen in a truck while you were in an Xfinity car.
Yeah, it definitely helped with just having the experience from the Daytona 24. Me, Barb, Shuey, and someone named Aaron Barkle did that. That really helped, especially getting prepared for this, because it just helps your endurance overall. So, definitely, I really like this event. I think we should do this every year.
I'm thinking about it, including for Speed Weeks. Well, you won. Would you like to say anything to anyone back at home?
Gotta thank SKS for a great motor, great car here. Lively's custom diecast. Get his diecast on. Cogdell Motor Company, Blue Line, Tennessee. That's all.
That's all. Hey,
yeah.
It has been an absolute blast. Congratulations. We'll keep you here in the chat, but I want to talk to Mr. Red Bull, Josh Lilly. It's the John you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, it wasn't easy whatsoever in the truck class. So many underestimate the truck class saying, oh, man, Josh Lilly's going to go out there and just let it have it. Early in the race, you went into the grass. Luckily, you had the comp yellow because we were having issues. We missed a couple wrecks, and we just wanted to make sure the viewers back at home got the full experience. That comp yellow came out big for you, but you didn't come out with the lead. Caution comes out after an incident on track. You then have the opportunity to restart, and man, it was on between you and McConaughey. Walk me through that portion that got you to victory lane.
Yeah, this is like the little truck they could, because I got involved in like 4 different wrecks and like had to like sit on pit road for a minute trying to fix all the damage, but I felt like I was definitely the fastest. I just had to get just a clean run without any lap traffic, and yeah, I did it. I don't know how the fuck I did it, but I did it.
He dropped an F-bomb. Very rare F-bomb by Josh Lilly, ladies and gentlemen. It's his first interview. It's okay. I like pointing it out on stream sometimes because it's very rare to have that. Usually, you'll hear how drivers speak to each other like off camera, but then on camera they get into like, you know how I get my broadcast mode, and then they get into like their race like professional mode. It's all good, Josh. I'm just playing with you, Josh. Hey, you're gonna be racing the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. Does this give you any confidence heading into that event?
Oh yeah, definitely. A lot of momentum going into February. I'm feeling good about where I'm at.
Hey, Red Bull's happy to be with you. Congratulations on the win. Now the man of the hour. What in the world was that race, Dylan Alt?
I don't even have an answer for you, honestly. I went into this race thinking it was a plate race. Like, actually. I thought it was just going to be a super speedway, like IMSA type endurance race. So I just went in here and kind of didn't really know what brake master cylinders to use or anything like that. So the first 30 minutes of practice, I was just locking up, and I still did. It took me, what, 60 laps to actually figure out what to do on the track. But Sean was definitely more consistent than I was. I just kept making mistakes here. There's every time going into turn 1, I just kept doing something different. And everything lucked out and got the win.
Wow. It was amazing. I do want to point out here, I did hear from Timothy J. Morris. For the viewers back at home, we did see him do the full throttle. He did send a message that he did not do it on purpose, even though it looked like it. Something did happen with his pedals. He lost force feedback, apparently, and he was kind of just caught the deer in the headlights. So apologies on that. Timothy J. Moore looks like he did not do it on purpose. Even though it looks like he did have some type of issue. That was almost a caution. He flipped. But before I could hit the key to call the yellow, he put it on pit road. Basically a driver saying, I don't want a caution. So props to more respect there on that end, even though it did not look that way at all on stream. But you got that caution when you hit the outside wall. Walk me through that moment, because a lot were saying when Spencer Burns spun in front of you, that should have been a yellow. That was way too close and could have affected the entire next-gen field race. But then you get that caution. You're back behind the 8 ball. How did you power through the field?
Yeah, it was weird how I got in that wreck in the bus stop. I kind of tried to pass that truck that was going to be much slower in the bus stop, so I just wanted to just send the entry of the bus stop, and just kept hitting a bump every single lap, and that time it just went around on me. And so yeah, on the restart, I just tried to stay with Sean and try to get to everyone in front of me as quick as possible, and luckily I did that, and just try to keep the pressure on Sean, and hopefully he made a mistake, and he did, and I just passed him after that and tried to run away.
First ever time racing in NR Night in America. Were you watching the broadcast at all?
During the race?
Yeah. I know some people do. Some people just watch back on it at the end for the drivers.
No, I was streaming and talking to my chat the whole race.
Oh, we're live right now. Are you live right now?
Yeah. Oh, no. I rated
that'd been cool if we were both live at the same time. But hey, man, I'm telling you, it was an absolute blast watching you race. We hope to see you back at NR Night in America, hopefully in the near future. You won in your first start. Congratulations.
Thank you. I think it'd be fun to do another one of these events.
Well, we'll say you 3 are the first drivers to win in the first ever endurance race in NR Night in America. I got to ask you, and I got to ask the chat, do we do more in the future? We learned a lot. I'll point that out. A ton. But do we have more events like this? Or community events, should we say?
I think we should make it just a yearly thing, not overdo it like some things. But I think it would just be good to do a yearly thing for Speed Weeks.
I very much agree. Congratulations, you 3, on your wins.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have no idea what to say. I'm not really gassed, I would say, because I do have a lot of work to do for future events at the end of this, but man, this event started so sloppy, and I do apologize to everyone for how this community event started. I had originally the entire structure meant for oval racing in one class. So there's certain things in iRacing that you have to set up a certain way, and that's how we had it. It was working fine through all testing, and it just had to have broken right when we went live. So luckily, there's a backup fix that some people told me about. Originally, that didn't work. Then I found another fix, and that ended up working. And that's why we were able to have that great racing. I will say, this is the final race of the night for one reason only, and I'm going to explain why. You probably won't like it at first, but you'll like it more in the future. We're trying to have a different column of events that are not just e-ticket events. Community events like this and the LA Clash, where there's standalone NR Night in America races that have a lot of hype and draw, that are long form races but aren't classified as an e-ticket Super Bowl event. And that's what we sit at right now. So when people watch back on this and they find NR Night either for the first time, they see this as just one race and not multiple races in the night. Well, what does that open the door for? More special events, community events in the future. We will be back Tuesday at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We did hit 4 in July, so I'm actually looking at possibly do not quote me on this, but I am looking at possibly doing 6 races on Tuesday because we hit 400 plus likes. But just for the continuity purpose of this stream, this will be the final race of the night. And it was great. And I want to do more in the future. I would love to do a 12 hours of Sebring. I love to do, I want to say, maybe Petit Le Mans style, maybe more NASCAR style races like this, maybe at Circuit of the Americas. We all learned a lot. We all understand what needs to change, what needs to move forward with this style of racing, and we're excited for it. Because guess what, ladies and gentlemen? I'll say it again. This Tuesday, NR Night in America, fueling victories all year long, no doubt about it. And it's your regular scheduled format of racing. You know it's going to be exciting. But next Friday, the Clash. And we also plan on having that be for the first time ever in the 3 years running, or the 3 years running, that it's a standalone stream where 60 drivers come in and we have multiple heats. I mean, multiple heats leading up to the main event, almost like a dirt style race. That will be the next community event, and we'll continue the Speed Weeks run. After the Clash, the next stream will be the Darrington Woodworking All-American 400. I said All-American 400. Sorry about that. The Darrington Woodworking Florida 500. And I said All-American because I also have in-person stuff on my mind. We'll keep you guys up to date on that as things go on. But yes, the Darrington Woodworking Florida 500 will be right after the Clash, a week from the Clash, 2 weeks from today. What a night. What a ride. More community events to come. More e-ticket events to come. And more great moments that you get to hang out with in NR Night in America. With this, we say goodnight, but we don't say goodbye, because we'll be back once again Tuesday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on youtube.com/IDKPlayer, as you just watched the NASCAR 2.4 hours at Daytona, the first ever endurance race in NR Night in America. My name's Jonathan Ramos, the voice of NR. We say so long for now. We hope you join the Discord. Link to that in the description below. We hope you follow Darrington Woodworking, the official sponsor of the Florida 500, on Instagram. Link to that is in the live chat below. Good night, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll see you once again Tuesday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central.